assess the damage, and the San Francisco Chronicle reports that some stranded motorists slept in their cars overnight were sheltered at the Big Sur Lodge. Caltrans is advising drivers to avoid the area over the coming days as crews shore up the highway. The scenic road has seen frequent closures due to collapses, mud flows, and rock slides during severe weather. I'm Jennifer King.
The EPA is facing pushback over new rules regulating truck emissions. The rules are aimed at pushing companies to adopt electric vehicles in order to stay in compliance. Critics say they'll cost trucking companies millions, costs that will get passed to the consumer. More details at srnnews.com.
Okay, so Domino's Perfect Combo includes 2 medium 1-topping pizzas, 16 Parmesan bread bites, 8 cinnamon twists, and a 2 liter of Coke. Today we're on the street asking real people how much they think it all costs. All of it? All of it. $44 or $45? $34.99. The 2 pizzas are probably 10 each.
75?
What if I told you that this Domino's Perfect Combo is only $19.99? Shut the front door.
This'll be a family.
It's Domino's Perfect Combo, and it's all just $19.99.
Buying some pretzel sticks?
Excuse me?
This is your wake-up call from TracFone Wireless.
Okay.
What if you didn't eat all those pretzel sticks by the end of the month? So this store took
Which
them
new
back.
movie would you like
Good
to
luck.
see?
That's how some wireless companies are with your data, but TracFone Wireless gives you unlimited carryover data with active service, so you keep what you pay for. Plans start at $20 a month.
Wow, that's cool.
Sir, are you bothering the customers?
Hang on. This is your wake-up call, people. TracFone Wireless. Now you're in control. See terms and conditions at TracFone.com.
Hi, Lisa Wolf to tell you that the 5-hour Hollywood 360 show and the 30-minute Radio Rarities podcast can be emailed to you every Monday via digital download link that never expires. That's 24 classic radio shows per month, plus the games, celebrity interviews, music trivia, and much more. Listen to Hollywood 360 and Radio Rarities whenever you'd like. Visit Hollywood360radio.com to subscribe. That's Hollywood360radio.com.
Where can you be a star athlete and a math superstar? Where can you prepare for graduates or your dream job?
What's up? Good morning to you, everyone.
Challenge your mind and inspire your soul. Experience a transforming education at LaGrange College, one of the South's
Hope everybody's doing great.
ranked institutions.
Hope everybody's doing fantastic. I'm putting up my I'm just putting up my poll question, so work with me a bit. All right, I think that's it. I'm gonna put this one out here. Good morning, Pete. How you doing? What? Oh well. Howard Stern passed away. Yeah. Shouldn't have messed with Randy.
Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newton. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners, open Monday through Saturday.
Howard Stern radio show regular.
It's Wishbone Fried
Died.
Chicken right next door to the
Let's
former
see.
location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A.
Crazy Cabby's his name was the guy named. It was the guy on the show.
Join me and Donna Wood every Friday morning at 10:30 a.m. on WQEE 99.1 FM, the key for our show, Lyrical Wisdom.
So I don't think it was Howard Stern.
Songs that uncover hidden messages that
Howard Stern show personality.
We know that our ideas may not always line up with yours, so this show will be an open discussion. Email us with ideas for songs at lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. That's lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. Let's share.
I'll go to his official page.
Rod Peterson here, host of the Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily.
The Black Crows are going to be on there. What?
Right here on WQEE.
He went from having all kind of,
Yes, it is.
you know what's on there, to
We make the listeners a part of the show every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern. You'll hear plenty of the best.
Howard Stern done changed up a little bit, huh? Howard Stern's fine. It's a member of his staff passed away.
Daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
This is the Make a Difference Minute.
That's the Mark White Show.
Marmac Real Estate has 8 offices throughout the state of Alabama.
Ah,
That includes Decatur, Hartsville, Coleman, Florence, Killen, Muscle Shoals, Orange Beach, and Dauphin Island.
There are more than 140 agents throughout Alabama. You can easily reach one of those agents by going to marmac.us and tell them the Mark White Show sent you. On this Make a Difference Minute, I have Brenda Gant of Cooking with Brenda Gant in Andalusia, Alabama.
I taught for 25 years, and I taught, well, the first place I ever taught was Crestmont Elementary School, and that is in Northport, Alabama. I was in my early 20s, and that
Somebody on his show passed.
The classroom size, I had 5 reading groups, if that tells you anything,
Wow.
second graders. And back then, you taught them everything. If they got it, you had to give it to them. There was a group of guys in my
Please
church
sing
that said,
Fred,
hey, we're
sing
gonna pay you,
Fried,
I want you to do a cooking,
something like that.
school thing or a little cooking demonstration or whatever for our wives. I said, look, y'all, I really don't have time. And I didn't. I did not have
What's
time.
up? What's up? What's
So
up?
One day I was in my kitchen. I was cooking for my family for
Yeah, I
Sunday.
just came on, brother.
Dinner and supper, but I'll say lunch for you folks out there to do that. So I thought,
Yeah,
you know
it's,
what, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hold my phone up.
A member of his staff passed away, so he's good. For those that like him, he's good. For those that don't, well, you know how the world is. Jake, good to see you again.
So now my show on Cooking with Brenda Gant on Facebook is right at 3 million. It's just a little bit shy of 3 million people. And so that's how it started. And it's just important for me, for people to be able to cook from school.
By making a difference in someone's life today.
The views and opinions
Good morning.
of the show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
We got people that were listening all over I was noticing our feeds this morning are bigger than better. Wow. What type of American are you? Woo, wow, okay. Guys, keep voting. Woo. Somebody tried to go after the FBI in Atlanta. Nah. Civil War, yes. That's one you're voted for. Can I sing Metallica? Oh man. I promise you I'm gonna do that one day for you, Jake. I'm more of a drummer than a singer, but we'll see what we can do for you, brother. Kind of American are you? That Civil War coming out next on April 12th. I'm ready for it. Man, what a week. Playing the trailer on the show. That's the trailer to Civil War. It's coming out April 12th. And as part of our poll question this morning, we'll get into it here in just a few moments. Yes, she was, Pete. Coming up here on this edition of the RyanORadio Penitentiary, we've got 3 periods of nonstop play, sports, entertainment, and Wrestlemania week. Shane B joins us. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. I'm your host of the most, Ryan O'Neal, and of course, what? $50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast, shouting out loud across that RyanORadio media page. Earth Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation. We're across the British Columbia Isles of Canada, the RyanORadio media page on iHeart, Amazon Prime, and more, and the Jordan Communication and Family radio stations East Alabama, West Georgia included, right here at 99.1 FM, WQEE Key, home of Southern sports, inspirational talk, headline news, and we are the talk of Atlanta because we're the only talk station live, the only station live. And to my haters, whether they like it or not, I am the man around here. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. If I don't see you again, a very good night. Shane B will join us in the final period of play, 3 periods of nonstop play. He and I are going to talk about the top 10 movies. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is one of them. Godzilla X Kong New Empire is another one that took the #1 spot. And we're going to dive deeper next week into Civil War as we get prepared for Civil War. But we got our poll question up on the YouTube page. We thank those for joining us. Like, subscribe, and share on that page as well. Coming up this morning, a driver arrested for crashing an SUV into a barricade outside the FBI's Atlanta office. We'll talk about love letters that Vince McMahon and Janelle Grant had with one another and the disgusting things he did with her as destroying her mind. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Nickelodeon's Quiet on the Set. Dan Snyder, who played Dennis Blunton on on Head of the Class, directed so many up and coming Nickelodeon shows when Nickelodeon started having live action shows, from Amanda to Victoria to iCarly. He's a little touchy-feely, as they would say. I'm not too surprised about all the people that's on the list, but yeah, I'm going to still vote for them. I don't care which side now they're on. I don't care if they're Republican, Democrat. I don't care if they're on that list. Grandma used to like young girls. Remember Almanzo Wilder and Laura Ingalls Wilder? Yeah, she was 13 or 14 when he got her at 25. That's what some ignorant people think. But we'll talk about the stuff on that particular set. Plus, it's WrestleMania week. So on Friday, we're going to have a WrestleMania preview, but we'll do that. We'll have it all week long in periods of that. Shane B, like I said, will join us in the final period, and we'll have some Israel war news and so much more going on this Tuesday. Great guest on Wednesday as well. We'll have some metal news for you if you're a metal fan. And we'll talk about the Sam Kinison murder conspiracy, the comedian from the late 80s, early 90s that supposedly died. We'll talk with Randy Rocket Cody from the Metal Den magazine tomorrow on the show. We'll have that episode for you, and that's in the final period. Plus, on Thursday, we'll travel all over the state and across the states of Georgia, Alabama, Florida, and everything with our travel expert, our tour guide, the author extraordinaire blogger Sally Toole from Histories and Mysteries joins us this Thursday morning. So and that's in the final period. So we got three great guests all week. Stay tuned. We'll have great things in Friday's WrestleMania, and we'll be doing a little WrestleMania drop-ins throughout the week, surprises and stuff like that, because I'm expecting a big surprise this weekend. WrestleMania Monday last night, Raw was pretty good. We'll give you a little review of that and more. So let's take a look at your traffic this morning, sponsored in part by Killingsworth Realty. But first, let's take a look at that time and temperature. 18 minutes past the hour. McAfee trying to attack. Yeah, we're talking about Pat McAfee. Mr. getting embarrassed again last night. Also, let's jump into it. Southern States Bank bringing you a look at your time and temperature. 67 degrees at 19 minutes past the hour. That's right, Southern States Bank, banking for personal and business in East Alabama, West Georgia, including right here at Noonan at 20 Oak Hill Boulevard. That's right, Southern States Bank, bringing you a look at your time and temperature. Traffic right now brought to you in part by Killingsworth Realty Road Report. Let's do that traffic next. Stay with us. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about. Get this out of the way, and I'll ask the question, and we'll get some news that you want to hear. You definitely don't have to do it alone. There's no big traffic issues this morning. Cobb County, though, there's a tree down near Trickham Road. Also downtown, there's a crash at I-85 right before 17th Street at times just holding in the right lane. Of course, no traffic issues in downtown Noonan on Jackson Street, as well as Bullsboro, Lower Fayetteville, and Popular looking good, Temple looking good, Greenville looking good, along with LaGrange looking good. Heading down Interstate 85, no issues in Grantville or Hogansville. Heading into LaGrange, no issues. Just a tad bit slow traffic on Commerce Avenue, clearing up on New Franklin Road and Moody Road, looking good in LaGrange. Downtown LaGrange is all right. Heading to continue on I-85, southbound, going into Kia Boulevard, all looking good. West Point, take a right there. Traffic is not held up, even though there's construction going on. Take a left, get all gassed up with Loves, and get you a great biscuit at Hardee's. Go further down into East Alabama, Valley Lynette exit 79. There is closed down for the next several months for construction. Exit 77. Further down is the exit to take to get into Valley and Hughley. Heading on down to Casita, all looking good in Auburn, Opelika as well. If you see anything I don't see, shoot us an email at 99classicrock@gmail.com. That's your traffic, brought to you in part by brought to you in part by Killersworth Realty. The perfect home is right here in Metro Atlanta and Atlanta. Amy and Todd can help you find that perfect home. The perfect house is right there without a mouse. I just want to say that, just rhyme it. All right, anyway, let's take a look at what's going on. Which new movie would you like to see the most? I've got Ghostbusters Frozen Empires. 45% of you want to see that. It's number 2 at the box office this past weekend. The number one movie at the box office over the weekend was Godzilla x Kong, the New Empire, where the two of them come together and supposedly battle another evil force unknown, a creature of unknown origins. 36% of you say you are going to want to see that one. And finally, Civil War, which comes out April 12th, which is based upon fears and conspiracy theories and lies and, of course, California and Texas teaming up, which would be very unusual. 18% of you say that you are going to vote that one. All right, that's what you want to see. I want to see that one too. All of them are pretty good, I hear. We're going to talk about Ghostbusters Frozen Empire today and Godzilla x Kong, the New Empire, ladies and gentlemen, all coming up. Marty McFly. Hey, Marty, great Scott. Anyway, he says they've done too many King Kong movies. Laugh out loud. I know, Marty. Yeah, every week there's one coming out, right? I am doing good, my friend. I appreciate you being with us here. Thank you. Like, subscribe, and share. I want to see the Civil War one because Shane B and I have been kind of laughing about how some people are taking it way too serious. But we're going to talk about Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I believe he got a chance to see that when we're going to talk about it. And the Godzilla x Kong, it's the number one movie. And then we'll talk a little bit about that one as well. So we'll have the top 10 movies for you in the final period. We'll talk with Shane B, with our movie reviewer. He's our Cisco, our Ebert, 2 thumbs up to movies, shows, and everything on Netflix, Hulu, and out in the theaters is good. And he gives you that Stone Cold Steve Austin salute if they're not so good. Believe me, it's not your typical reviewer. And it wouldn't be your typical reviewer inside the RyanORadio Penitentiary when you get in lockdown. There you go. That's all coming up on this edition of RyanORadio Penitentiary. Also, we're going to talk about the Nickelodeon Quiet on the Set thing in period number 2. Back to the Future is my top movie. Mine too, and Shane loves it as well. So as long as they never remake any of the Back to the Futures, we're good. I love that movie too, Marty. That's why I do. Great Scott! One of the greatest movies of all times. I mean, if Michael J. Fox can come back, which I know he can't. What's up, Steve? Steve from Buffalo, New York, in the his house with us this morning. like, subscribe, and share on the WQEE YouTube feed. That's true, Marty. And you know, love that movie. I mean, always have loved the Back to the Futures. And if Michael J. Fox can come back, as well as you know, some of the original characters, and they can play their, you know, more adult selves, but it'd be weird, right? Be weird. Nashville, Tennessee is where Marty is from, so he is not too far off. All right, Nashville, the music city capital of the world. For more than this country music, by the way, guys, just to let you guys know. Southern rock, heavy metal, punk rock, country and western, outlaw country. Yeah, I played in bands all around the country, out in Vegas and everything, but I know about that. Hello, Slade Queen. How you doing this morning? Like, subscribe, and share. We got Steve C., my brother man from Buffalo, New York. Jetto Planet's with us. Thank you. I will tell you, I'll give you my thoughts on that. I don't think it's going to be anything to do with what they're trying, the conspiracy clickbait people are trying to push on. Jake is, what's up, everybody? Jake is welcoming you all in. Jake's our brother, Mr. Metallica. Yeah. Anyway, I don't think it's what they're trying to make it out to be and scare everybody. Jetto Planet. Sorry, I want to get your name right. I don't think it's going to be what they're trying to make it out to be. I think they're trying to scare everybody and everything. I think it's just going to be a typical eclipse. And the ones that are scared probably need to look within themselves, and, you know, if they believe something's going to happen, they need to figure out, well, why am I still here? That's just my question. But I don't think it's going to be what they think it's going to be. I think they're just trying to scare people, my friend. All right, we're going to talk more about a lot of big things coming up this morning. A lot of big things coming up in the next couple of days. We got great guests for the next 3 or 4 days, as well as I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. I try to. And I try to bring everybody together with my opinion, so that we're all, like, you know, together, rather than all the clickbait and all the separateness of all the other medias that want to make you guys hate each other. I want us all to talk, because that's the way intelligent people do. What I used to do. By the way, you're doing a good job on your live. It's great to hear you'll be on the air. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, Steve C., you know, some people think they're trying to read into it the eclipse as the end of times, and it's going to be over a few, not every single city, but there's a couple of cities that's got names connected to the Bible, and some, I'll say clickbaiters. I'm going to call them clickbaiters, because some people might get offended by using the word conspiracy theorists, because I've got people that that listen to the show that have theories on JFK as well as Bigfoot, that we're going, hey, is he throwing me in there? No, I'm not. But clickbaiters trying to divide us and say it's all going to be over that day. It's all over. It's only a few. It's good. So YKO, yeah, Y2K all over again. Thank you. That's a perfect way of saying it, Steve C. Perfect way of saying it. They think it's going to end everything. And like I say, as a believer myself, I always tell everybody, well, if I'm still here, then I better be getting myself straight, because if he is coming back on April 8th, which we don't know, because we don't know the day and time, and that's how we've been taught. But if he is coming back and I'm still here, then I must have did something wrong. I better be getting myself straight. That's what I say to them. But you got people that are falling for clickbait stuff online, and I'm just don't like it. I don't like it how it divides us and makes us hate one another and fight. And, you know, the same kind of clickbait people that are out there pushing clickbait politics and clickbait everything, when I tell everybody that 98% of our society don't even care about all this stuff. They're like, I'm going to vote for who I want to vote for. I don't care. I like him. I don't like him. You don't like him. That's fine. I don't care. Oh, my God. I'm going to pull my hair out today. No communication at this place. Tell them, Pete, that Ryan said if he doesn't come, that they don't start having communications, he's going to come down there and let us smack down on their candy tails if you smell what the Hollywood Rock is cooking. All right, let me do this news story right quick. Guys, before we go take a break, because I've got a couple of things I want to get into. And next hour, we're going to talk about the Nickelodeon Quiet on the Set thing. Ooh. Also, we're going to dive into next hour, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get into the Vince McMahon thing. My son-in-law thinks Florida will be underwater by 2025. Can you believe that mess? I don't know. Some of it needs to be, Marty. I'm picking. I hope he'll come out of it. Believe me, he'll come out of it. All we got to do is love and care about our family members. He'll come out of it. Wow. Driver arrested in Atlanta for crashing the SUV into the barricade, ladies and gentlemen, outside of it's an important office because the FBI Atlanta headquarters. He rammed that SUV into the employee gate of the FBI official office in the suburban area of Decatur County on Monday as he was arrested and potentially facing both federal and state charges. I don't know what this guy did this for. This is where the clickbait stuff comes. It causes some people to go a little further than they should. And this is why I don't like clickbait stuff. And yeah, poor innocent people in this world are going to fall for things, guys. They really are. We'll pick at them and everything, but they really are. The driver of the Buick was with South Carolina police collided with the security barricade in Chamblee, Georgia, shortly after 12 p.m. local time yesterday. New videos have arisen from Atlanta News First out of Atlanta, and I'm going to try to play a little bit of this for people to hear over the air. Try to let you guys hear it too.
Again, live look from our first alert chopper there. The agency confirming with us one man was taken into custody. This all happening just after noon on Flowers Road in Chamblee, just off Interstate 85. This is video. Take a look at that orange car right there. As it ran through the gates, you can see it was definitely stopped by what they have in place to make sure vehicles do not get through unless it's an authorized vehicle. And the bomb squad unit, of course, going out to make sure there were no explosive devices in that vehicle. The FBI says they're investigating, but there is no threat or concern for public safety. Atlanta News First, Rachel Aragon, she's headed to the scene right now.
All right, there you go. That's some of the stuff that's going on, ladies and gentlemen. That happened yesterday. We'll keep you abreast of what's going on with it as it comes through. We'll find out how they come. This South Carolina man drove all the way to the Atlanta FBI office just to run through. Is this as they would say, a diversion? Is this just someone who was crazy that didn't know what he was doing? Thank you all for listening to WQEE Live. Make sure you like and subscribe, guys. Thank you, Marty McFly, my friend. I appreciate that. So I want to find out more information about this before I get deeper into it, before I start calling him names, or anybody starts calling him names or anything to that sort. Say, this is a crazy person. This is a crazy person. This is great. We all know this person is not all there for what they're doing, using a vehicle to crash into an FBI Atlanta headquarters. It's not very bright to even run up on the FBI like that. I mean, it's not bright at all. But we'll have to figure out why this guy did it. They took him into custody and what clickbait stuff has been going on online. This is what you got to watch out for. Clickbait will cause stuff like this. What new movie would you like to see the most, ladies and gentlemen? Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire. I think we'll talk about that with Shane B in the final period. 50% of you want to see that. Godzilla x Kong, New Empire, 35% want to see that one, which is the #1 movie at the box office this past weekend. And Civil War getting 15% of the votes, debuting next week on April 12th. We're going to dive deeper into all this as we have movie reviews every Tuesday morning on the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Still to come after break, we'll give you a little updates in Israel war news, as well as, ladies and gentlemen, we'll end the hour as we lead into next hour. Two big news stories. Vince McMahon from the WWE. Yes, because last night was Raw and it's heading into WrestleMania week. Vince McMahon, supposedly some love letters to Janelle Grant, the woman that he messed over. We'll talk about that. Plus, Dan Snyder, who played Dennis Blunden on Head of the Class back in the 90s. Head of Class was about a group of students that were in the higher echelon, the higher grade point average. He played the big guy, and he went on to produce and direct many Nickelodeon favorites like iCarly, Victoria, and, of course, The Amanda Show. We're going to talk about his quiet on the set policy. That and more coming up in the next period. Plus, we'll do movie reviews in the final period, and I'll get you a little Raw review from last night's WWE RAW. Drew McIntyre did a fantastic promo. The man is, if he doesn't re-sign with the WWE, he's putting himself out there to where he can go somewhere else. I hope he stays with the WWE. Back in a moment. Yes, Howard Hessman was the teacher who played Dr. Johnny Fever. I know him. WKRP, by the way, was based on a real radio station out of Atlanta, Georgia. Well, your son-in-law is going to get to vote on whether adults can use marijuana in Florida this upcoming chance. Ash says, no chance. That's what you got. Got some wrestling fan. For behind the scenes stuff that the people are not getting on the air. Florida's High Court approves a new November ballot. Questions are on the ballot include abortion and adult use marijuana. Oh yeah, I got that's coming up. Wow, I got so much. Let's see here. Yeah. We're just going to do those two right there. That one right there. Well, it's gonna be legal for him then. They'll vote for it. It'll be legal for him, bro. He won't be having to hide it too much any longer. I know that they have certain parts of Florida that it's legal, but it's going to be 100%, I guess, all over the state, like in Vegas. I mean, like in Nevada. They'll be having places pop up selling it. You can make money, man. You move down to Florida and open up one of those shops, man. Be the next Snoop Dogg in Florida. That's what he does in Vegas. He's got several locations where they sell legal. Now, I don't even smoke all this stuff, but I just know I don't smoke at all. I'm straight edge, but I know all the places because I know people who out in Vegas that did. Let me call them out by name. No, I'm just kidding. Let me call my friends out by name. No, I'm just kidding. Hide behind Dollar General, puff, puff, puff. Yeah, the Generation X and above still out there hiding and smoking and doing all that kind of stuff. This younger generation is walking around in public. What's wrong with you old folks? Why are you hiding? We're like, stop. Could be definitely true there, Pete. She did a fantastic job yesterday with her show. So the first day. Yeah, you know how kids are. They're like walking around while we're hiding. Our generation's hiding. All right, ladies and gentlemen, come on back in out of the penalty box. Our poll question is up. Which of these new movies would you like to see the most? Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire, 48% of you want to see that. The number one movie from the box office weekend, Godzilla X Kong, New Empire, 33%. And Civil War with 19% of the votes. Keep voting, like, subscribe, and share. A couple of headline stories before we head into the Israel War news. RFK Jr. qualifies for the North Carolina general election ballot as the independent candidate running for the President of the United States. And Florida's High Court, which my viewers already got. Now, you're going to love this sweet leaf over there on the Navajo Nation. They're approving the November ballot questions on abortion and the adult use of marijuana. Recreation marijuana to appear on the ballot. Medical is already cool there in Florida, but you cooked for her last night? Oh, Pete, that's awesome. Well, I tell you what, that is one of the coolest things ever, Pete. But I'll tell you what, that's what they're going to be passing. They're going to be like Nevada. And, Snoop Dogg has several retail locations that you can purchase anything from there. Yes. So, you could, Marty said his son-in-law lives in Florida. He could move down and move in with his daughter and son-in-law and open one of these businesses up when it becomes legal after November, and he could be the next Snoop Dogg there. Called the Marty McFly. The Marty McFly High. Now, if you do that and I give you an idea and you make money, remember, sponsorship on the show. Even though I'm straight edge independent skeptic, it's all right. We'll take sponsorship on the show. All right. Let's take a look at one thing that's going on with Israel war. I want to get all the way back to the main thing before we head into any other headline news. The Biden administration makes a new deal, trying to work with Israel, as the Biden administration has approved a transfer of more money and fighter jets and bonuses to Israel, even after voicing the disapproval of the continued offense in southern Gaza with Israel at war. You only get high on the ladder. Hey, that's why you make more money on it, McFly. Listen, that's why you make more money on it. People like you and me make more money on it because we wouldn't be smoking up the assets. You see what I'm saying? To all my non-smokers and straight edgers out there like me, when it becomes legal in your state, open the business, because you're not going to smoke the profit up or eat the profit up. And you're not going to hire somebody to do it either. I'm going to put all the people in here that I trust that won't do this. First thing you'll say, we do sell edibles and stuff here. Are you into that? Yeah, dude. Okay, unfortunately, we can't hire you. Come in. Man, I am totally against all this stuff. Okay, you're hired. Anyway, get back to what I was saying. Even though the White House has approved another $18,000 for a 20,000-pound bonus of guns and ammo that's going to be coming out, transferred recently. So there we go. World Center Kitchen halts Gaza activities in wake of a deadly airstrike on food. U.S. nonprofit World Center Kitchen said Tuesday it was suspending the food air operations in Gaza, with immediately affecting the wake of a killing of 7 of its workers, which is unforgettable. They say, according to it, when Israel Israel Defense Force airstrike happened. The food charity announced the decision in a new release as it released the number of staff killed from 4 to 7. World Center Kitchen is pausing operations immediately in this region. We will make a decision about the future of our work soon, according to their CEO, Aaron Gore. Of course, said that the team members were en route to the event when it had happened, or en route to delivering the food when the convoy was hit. Wow, in central Gaza. We'll keep you abreast of what's going on with everything there. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is saying that this is going to be over very soon. So we know, like I always tell my listeners and the ones that listen to us worldwide, whether they're listening to Israel, Iran, Palestinian, we have listeners worldwide in Saudi Arabia. I tell them that this is an issue between those two sides in that particular country. And of course, yes, America is allies with Israel because they are our allies, but we do not want to see death of children, women, children, and innocent women and children and men on the Palestinian side, and that is between those sides. And people are like, wow, I kind of like that. Yeah, if all news media was kind of like that, then we'd probably be all right, but you're not going to get that. They got to make clickbait money off of people and make people mad at one another. Some headline news you can read for yourself. Convicted Rush movie, the movie stars. The woman is denied a retrial, release pending services coming up. Also, federal judge declines to drop tax charges against Hunter Biden. Trump posted a $175 million bond on New York City civil fraud case. These stories for you to read for yourself, not for me to have opinions on. Which news people shouldn't have. I have an opinion on things, but when it comes to news like this, it's for you to read for yourself and make your decisions. Like they used to give you back in the day. That gummit, this boy wants to be like that. U.S. traffic deaths drop in 2023 despite drivers logging more miles. A number of people killed in traffic accidents last year in the United States dropped more than 15,000, thank goodness, according to a new data that was released on Monday. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I'm going to do the football player here momentarily. I gave you that. $1 million lottery ticket winner thought it was a scam. Two-time Pro Bowl cornerback Vontae Davis found dead at age 35 in his Miami home, South Florida home. Suddenly died at age 35. They're going to look into this and see what happened to him. No details have come out about his death and everything. All right, one more. Thousands turned out for a funeral in a slain New York police detective, Jonathan Dillard. The large crowd of mourners came out, included police officers across the United States and Canada. Dillard was fatally shot by a ex-con, Gary Ravine, Monday in a area that, of course, he was being buried at the St. Charles Cemetery as we were speaking on Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, still to come, a buyer shelling out $780,750 for one of the most controversial wooden planks from a film's history. That'll go good in the next period since we're going to talk a lot of movies in the final period. We're going to take a break, ladies and germs. You and I got to stay right here. We got a lot of stuff in store for you. What is it now? Which new movie would you like to see the most? This is on our Facebook, our YouTube page, I should say. Like, share, and subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe and stay with us. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire's got 48% of the votes, leading right now. The number one movie from the box office over the weekend, Godzilla x Kong, New Empire, gets 33% of the votes. And coming up short behind them, though, is Civil War with 19% of the votes. It's still coming up. That movie debuts April 12th next weekend in movie theaters, I believe. We'll talk about all this and more coming up in the final period with Shane B as movie reviews. He's watched one of these movies. He knows about all of them, and we'll get into what's hot and what's not with Shane B, our movie reviews. So make sure you stay with us all morning. RyanORadio Penitentiary live and in living color, not only on YouTube, but worldwide. 50,000 plus of you on our shoutcast. We're across the RyanORadio media page. Earth Rock Radio, 25 radio stations, including internet and real radio on the Navajo Nation, across the British Columbia Isles of Canada, and Atlanta's very own, the Talk of Atlanta, Everybody's talking about us. 99.1 FM, WQEE The Key, home of news, inspirational talk, and Southern sports. Back in a moment. Woo! I got a. Yeah, you guys see how I like to let you read your own news stories? Wow. Make up your own mind instead of telling you to tell you what you think. That's how I become my despise clickbait. Oh, wow.
I taught for 25 years, and I taught, well, the first place I ever taught was Crestmont Elementary School, and that is in Northport, Alabama. I was in my early 20s, and that was before they limited the classroom size. I had 5 reading groups, if that tells you anything, second graders. And back then, you taught them everything. If they got it, you had to give it to them. There was a group of guys in my church that said that, hey, we're going to pay you. We want you to do
It should be in the feed here. It should be in the feed here on my description. And it gives you the radio station link. It gives you my RyanORadio media link where I record my show live. They get sent to iHeartRadio and Amazon Prime, all the different links. So it's in the description, Marty. Which I know it's not really Marty, but oh. I got to get some of this news out here so I can get some other stuff in. No problem. No problem. I should tell everybody at the beginning of this too, because some people are like, hey, look, I might have to come off the YouTube page. But if you have to come off the YouTube page, you can go to my description on the YouTube here and find the links to how you can listen to me online on the radio station page, as well as our my personal page. Shoutcast is. I don't share the Shoutcast because there's already too many people on that from our original one. So I don't think it only can hit a certain amount, so you wouldn't be able to get on there. That gum cheap thing. That's all right. It keeps my people up. All right. We'll talk about Sutton after the break and then other things, ladies and gentlemen, this morning. We'll get into a little bit of sports news. Jake, Flavor Flav. Get the big old clock. For those who don't know, the Flavor Flav and Public Enemy did their song Bring the Noise. They redid it with Anthrax back in the day. The first ever official hip hop metal that influenced all the hip hop metal in the early 90s. Limp Bizkit didn't do it first. Anthrax and Public Enemy did. Yes, sir. We are in the Atlanta market. Yes, sir. We do news, talk, sports, a little bit of music. The little bit of music is overnight, sometimes on the weekends, because some people like that music. It helps us out. Actually, we do music on Saturday mornings, which is Friday nights going into Saturday mornings. Saturday mornings going to Sunday mornings, and Sunday mornings going to Sunday nights going into Monday mornings. So yeah, variety of music, and then mostly talking sports. I got the best sports lineup from 12 to 5 every day. Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. 7:54 Eastern Standard Time in the AM. You're tuned in the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Period number 2 still to come. We're going to talk about the Vince McMahon Love Letter. CM Punk, I might drop some stuff in there. It's WrestleMania week. I got to do a WrestleMania surprise for you. Got to do a surprise return. Well, let's do a little bit of more sports news as we head into it. Former Detroit Lions cornerback Cameron Sutton turned himself in to a sheriff's department down in Florida on Sunday evening after being on the run for not 2, but 3 weeks for domestic violence charges. He's been at the team's facility in suburban Detroit when the warrant was issued, and he took off running. His attorney told Sheriff's Office on March 25th that he had planned to turn himself in. He is charged with domestic violence by strangulation. So we'll keep you abreast of what's going on with him, on with all that. Also, news just popping up in my feed. 3 men stabbed in a terror attack on an Israel shopping mall. Also, top Iranian commander killed in reported Israel airstrike in Syria. So those are a couple of big news stories there. We'll get you some sports news. Let's go ahead and give you a couple of newsworthy notes. Takes up to the top word of the hour. A knife rampage at a shopping mall in central Israel left 2 men and a teenager injured before police shot and killed the assailant. The attack occurred this past Sunday night after a terrorist armed with 2 knives arrived at the friendly shopping mall 6 miles east of a small area in Gaza and began stabbing people. He injured 3 men, a 25-year-old, a 20-year-old, and a 17-year-old, according to Israel police. CM Punk, man, we're going to talk about it. Punk's coming out now talking about how AEW just wasn't professional and the things that he told Jack Perry not to use real glass. It could kill him, it could injure him, and the arguments they had backstage. And he said Tony Khan wasn't a boss, but was a nice guy. We're working on that, Marty. You will have it very soon. I got a guy working on that. We have to go from the stream that we're in to a new streaming service that we're working on with one of our other radio stations. It's just doing some things to make sure it works proper. And as soon as it does, we're going to be able to get that set up for, do you know the Tech 9? Do you know Tech 9? Tech 9? I don't know. And you'll be able to check us out very soon. I'll be able to say, hey, download us on our app. University of Tennessee Monday fired women's basketball coach Kelly Harper after 5 seasons leading the Lady Volunteers program. The move comes a week after as the 6-seeded Tennessee lost to the second round of the NCAA tournament to North Carolina State, who both the women and the men in North Carolina State are going to the Final Four, guys. You know that? Or in the finals. Finishing her season 20-13. So they're pulling her out. Wow. You know, that's why we're just getting on the YouTube page. So we're finally getting everything figured out properly. So that's the big thing. Still to come, we'll tell about a buyer shelling out $718,750 for a controversial wooden plate from the Titanic movie. And Nickelodeon's quiet on the set. We'll talk about that. And a love letter from Vince McMahon. We'll have the life and crimes of Vincent Kennedy McMahon next hour. And man, it's WrestleMania week. You and I are going to be dropping some WrestleMania knowledge on you. That's right. Last night's Raw was pretty good. WWE filmed Drew McIntyre's segment on Raw as a familiar vignette. That's right. That's correct. They've used the location before. Headed into the match that's coming up Sunday, WWE World Champion Seth Rollins will defend the title against Drew McIntyre. CM Punk will be on commentary at the Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. With that being said, McIntyre was at a funeral home where he stood up by a casket and gave his eulogy-like speech about Punk not having a match at WrestleMania 40, and he said that at Royal Rumble he lost his opportunity and he was out of shape and hurt himself. Well, WWE used the venue that TNA Wrestling had used in a part of two other funeral segments. It had been Jeremy Borash's idea to use the venue since he was in TNA at the segment when it first started. Wow, Team 3D's death. Drew McIntyre gives a eulogy to Seth freaking Rollins and title at the same place that Team 3D was. And also, Paul Heyman has chosen the Tribal Chief as his. The Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, will be giving the induction speech to the WWE Hall of Famer, the wise man, Paul Heyman. All right, back in a moment. We'll get into hour number 2 after this.
Bill Alexander. The latest U.S. inflation data is along the lines of what we would like to see. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell said on Friday in comments that appeared to keep the central bank's baseline for interest rate cuts this year intact. The collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Maryland is a tragedy on many levels. For businesses that rely on the Port of Baltimore, it's an economic nightmare. And for the federal courts, it will soon become a balance of dollars and facts. With a network of insurance companies,
WrestleMania week.
Some of the bill. The Biden administration will soon announce a 10% cap on yearly rent increases for certain affordable housing units that are subsidized by the federal government. U.S. auto safety regulators.
Braves won yesterday.
More than 540,000 Ford pickup trucks.
It was 9-1.
Lower gear and increase the risk of a crash. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key, Noonan, Sharpsburg, Franklin, LaGrange.
NBC News Radio, I'm Mark Mayfield. The White House is pushing back against Republican criticism aimed at President Biden, remarking Sunday as Transgender Day of Visibility.
So surprised by the misinformation that's been out there around this, and I want to be very clear. Every year for the past several years, on March 31st.
White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre told reporters the president stands for bringing people together and upholding the dignity and freedoms of every American. The proclamation Sunday sparked outrage from conservatives, including former President Trump, Speaker Mike Johnson, and South Carolina Senator Tim Scott. A temporary channel is now open around the site of the Baltimore Bridge collapse for essential vessels and for clearing debris. The Francis Scott Key Bridge collapsed last week after it was struck by a cargo ship, killing 6 construction workers. The wreckage blocked a vital shipping lane in the Port of Baltimore. The Port of Baltimore is one of the country's busiest ports. Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s campaign says he has qualified for the presidential ballot in North Carolina. Ryan fills us in.
The Independence campaign says it has collected signatures.
Well, between playing music and doing disc jockey work and radio personality, I've been doing radio for 20-something years, different radio stations across the country, even worked out in Las Vegas, which not many people in my business and around me and people that's been doing this, done that before. So small radio stations, big radio stations, and then had the opportunity to come to this when it started up. Got almost 100% control of it. Not quite. I want to get 100% control of it, but I do all the programming and ideas and stuff here at the station. So, been doing it a long time, Marty.
To advance to their first Final Four in 2 years. You're listening to the latest from NBC News Radio.
Okay, so Domino's Perfect Combo includes 2 medium one-topping pizzas, 16 Parmesan bread bites, 8 cinnamon twists, and a 2-liter of Coke. Today we're on the street asking real people how much they think it all cost. All this? All this.
What did I say? The degrees? Make sure I find out what it is.
What if I told you that this Domino's Perfect Combo is only $19.99?
This will be a family.
It's Domino's Perfect Combo and it's all just $19.99.
I'm pretty handy around
All right, here we go.
But now that I have kids, I don't want to spend my Saturday installing a toilet or fixing an air conditioner. But
Glad to meet you as well, my friend. Glad to meet you. I'm glad you were able to come on, be a part of the penitentiary and being locked down with us this morning.
And what my wife loves most is that HomeAdvisor is completely free to use.
Go to homeadvisor.com or download the free app to get started.
Hey there, folks. Looking for a top expert in medical, health, and life insurance? Look no further than CP Financial. Meet Charmaine Preston, your trusted agent for finding the perfect plan to get your money. She works with chance to make the right choice for your financial future. 706-525-5931. Speak to Charmaine Preston, CP Financial, your top local sale agent.
Family Fun is back in Lynette. Primetime Carnival and Jordan Communications present the Lynette Spring Carnival, April 2nd through the 7th. Rides, fun, food, games, more. Open nightly 6 p.m., 2 p.m. for weekends. Lynette Spring Carnival, Highway 29, Old Neal Parking Lot in Lynette, Alabama. April 2nd through the 7th. Family fun for you and me. Be there.
Hank Arnold here from Coweta Force. Coweta Force is Newman's own addiction recovery support center. We exist to provide recovery support services for individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction. Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.cowetaforce.org or follow us on Facebook.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location. 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newnan. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners, open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken, right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31.
You're at work this morning, Marty. Security guard.
It's Rod Peterson here, host of the Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports.
I won't ask you who you're guarding because that might be a secret. So might be a government secret. I don't want any government secrets unless you want to give some away.
That's the Rod Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM. Hi, this is Art Suriano, asking you to tune in to Let Go and Let God every Sunday at 9:30 a.m. right here on WQEE.
So you're guarding the prison. So they really are in lockdown. You should share my show with all the prisoners. They got nowhere to go, so nothing else to do. Maybe we can change them. 1 or 2 of them. Woo! Only do the prison 2 times a week. Dadgum. The other days of the week, you're probably federal, huh? Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. The RyanORadio Penitentiary really has someone standing in front of a penitentiary. Won't say who. Back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to kick it off. Yeah, we're going to get you in lockdown this hour. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. The Nickelodeon Quiet on the Set. The Vincent, Kennedy, McMahon saga continues. And more. It's Wrestlemania week. Who am I? I'm RyanORadio Penitentiary host, Ryan O'Neal, of course. And listen up, I am. Yes, I am the game. 50,000 plus of you worldwide know it. Over the Shoutcast, the RyanORadio media page looking good today. I'm loving it. We're across the British Columbia, Isles of Canada, in of course, good morning to Vicky, Helen, and the crew there. Also the Earth Rock Radio, Arizona, New Mexico, and all over 25 radio stations, internet, and real radio on the Navajo Nation. We're across the British Columbia, Isles of Canada. I already told you that. And right there, East Alabama, West Georgia's family radio stations of Jordan Communications, including right here at the Talk of Atlanta, 99.1 FM, WQEE the Key, home of news, inspirational talk, and Southern sports. All kind of fun and more. You're in lockdown with yours truly. And to my haters, I got this to say to you. Listen up. I am the man around here, whether they like it or not. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. You are in lockdown with yours truly. We got movie reviews coming up in the final period with Shane B on this Twisted Tuesday. Weird Wednesday presents Randy Rocket Cody from themetalden.com. He's out of the Texas area, and he's originally lived in Hollywood, California. He's going to have the updates on the Motley Crue Mick Mars drama saga continuing. And tomorrow morning, we're going to dive deeper into the Sam Kinison murder conspiracy, the late great comedian from the early 80s and 90s. We'll dive into that. And on Thursday, we travel the states of Alabama, Georgia, Florida, even parts of Tennessee as we go histories and mysteries with our friend, traveler, blogger, tour guide, author, grandmother, mother, Family Feud winner, Sally Toole joins us on Thursday. And Friday is going to be my, TGIF Friday edition, and we're going to do the WrestleMania review on Friday as well. What new movie would you like to see the most? So far, the counting has stopped, or the voting has stopped, but we got 48% of you wanting to see the brand new Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, which we'll probably talk about that in the final period. Godzilla X Kong, the new Empire, 33% of you took the number one spot over the weekend, want to see that. And Civil War got about near 19 to 20% of you, which debuts next week, April 12th. I think that's next Friday. All right, let's jump into it. We do our daily devotion right now, sponsored by Noonan City Church, 17 First Avenue here in the metro Atlanta area of Noonan. My church of choice, ladies and gentlemen, of course. Every single Sunday, 8 a.m., you're invited out, 9 a.m., 10:30 a.m., 9 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. outside, an inside service for the hip, cool kids. That's right. Oh, wow. The hip, cool kids, ladies and gentlemen, the hip, cool kids. If you listen up to us, go in NCC PM Sunday night. Marty says there's about 50 viewers listening to his feed, and you're hooked on our PA system. Wow. Good morning to the penitentiary. You're inside the RyanORadio Penitentiary and locked down with RyanORadio Penitentiary. That's the name of the show. You'll be like, what? Really? All right, I got to do our daily devotion from Noonan City Church, 17 First Avenue. Pastor Jimmy Ellison inviting you out every Sunday morning and evening. Daily devotion, prayer, and peace and joy and hope from Jesus Listens. Author is Sarah Young from Jesus Calling. Jake says, I'm on an ankle monitor. Well, I appreciate that, brother. But it's all good. Home penitentiary is where you're at. Home is better, brother, than anywhere else for you. At least you're at home, my friend. At least you're at home. All right, coming from Isaiah 12:2, James 4:7, number 6, 24 through 26, Romans 8:1. Dear Jesus, Lord Jesus is, help me to trust you and not be afraid of you. You have been training me to view, trials as exercises and developing my muscles, which is nice. Trust in you, God. I'm trusting you. And you know how we are. God, why did you do that to me? I cannot believe you. That's how we act towards God when God's like, look now, Ryan and everybody else out there. I'll let you make your own choices. But you still have to trust in Jesus. He said, wherever I start feeling afraid, though, I need to affirm my trust in you, praying, I trust you, Jesus. I trust you, Jesus. I trust you, Jesus. The Bible tells me if I resist the devil, standing firm against him, he will flee from me. Oh, this is true, ladies and gentlemen. I know some of you may not believe this, but some of you will. But this is doggone true, I'm telling you. Please keep reminding me that there is no being condemned for those who belong to you. That's right. No matter what situation you're in, ladies and gentlemen, you are not condemned as long as you have the man upstairs. I have been judged not guilty for all eternity. I will trust and not be afraid because you are my strength, my song, and my salvation. In Jesus' name, amen. There you go. Hope that hit somebody hard this morning or helped them out or whatever. However it helped you this morning, I hope it helped you out whichever way it did. All right, 15 minutes past the hour, 67 degrees in the Atlanta, metro Atlanta areas. Your time and temperature brought to you by Southern States Bank. Southern States Bank, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. For personal, home, banking, business, and more. Southern States Bank is the perfect place for you to bank. That's right. With locations in Alabama and Georgia, including right here at 20 Oak Hill Boulevard, I should say, in Noonan, opened 8 to 5 drive-through Monday through Friday, and Monday through Thursday, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. weekdays. Those days right there for the lobby. They're doing their best to make banking more easy. It was a great devotion. Thank you, Marty. I appreciate that, Marty McFly. We have Marty McFly on us, sharing us everywhere. Thank you, Marty. All right. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's head into some headline news for you this morning. Let's do that. Headline news. A buyer is shelling out more than $718,750 for one of the most controversial wooden planks. No, not the one from Ed, and Eddie. I know what some of you are thinking out there. No. Anyway, now this one's coming from a biggest film history of all times, the 1997 film Titanic. It is actually the wooden plank that Rose was laying on, and where Jack couldn't get on there and he had to freeze and drown and fall into the water because she had to have it. There could have been some more room on there. Somebody could have made some more room on there. I mean, come on. I'm just a little biased on that, I'm sorry. But man, this thing went for at the Heritage Auction in New York City, and it is based on a real life wooden plank from the Titanic from 1912. We did the Titanic, the sinking of the Titanic, with Randy Rocket Cody on the show. He's always on the first Wednesday of each month. Go back and check out randyrocketcody.com, and you can see all the different stories Randy brings you from the death and murder of Brandon Lee to Chris Cornell to Titanic to a couple of other things too. He had the Epstein's list before it was even popular. So there you go. So check it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I want to give you another kind of cool one right quick. A house. You're going to name a house, right? Some of you do. A horse named Sweet Girl was rescued from a swimming pool in Walton County, Georgia, as firefighters and animal control from down in Florida came across the Georgia border to help out. And did they have their, when they came across the Georgia border, did we check and make sure? Never mind, I'm just kidding. Anyway, they did help out this horse that fell into the pool and couldn't get out. I'm not laughing at the horse. I'm just laughing. The Sweet Girl is doing fine. She was taken to her local veterinarian, and the owner said, I don't know what, Sweet Girl just is an adventurer. Down in South Georgia in Walton County, I can see it. I've been there before, believe me. There's a lot of great adventures there. The Braves did beat the White Sox last night 9-1, to let you guys know. We told you. Now, Deion Sanders has not made any in-home visits as of yet. The Colorado head coach, the only thing we've seen him recently was at UFL football over the weekend, where the first game with the Stallions beating the Renegades, USFL champions beating the XFL champions, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, thank you. Wow. So Marty just let me know in the feed that we got a 860K to 100K inmates at the Tennessee State Prison tuning in this morning. Guys, you guys are in lockdown with the show called the RyanORadio Penitentiary. That's who I am. I'm going to introduce myself if you're listening for the first time. RyanORadio Penitentiary with yours truly, Ryan O'Neal. So you guys are not just in lockdown, you're in lockdown with me in the penitentiary. And we have some fun here, but we also have some shock therapy news. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you. I appreciate that, Marty. Wow. At least 2 days a week, we know we'll get you guys on with us. And if not, you can find us in the feed, and you can leave our feed for everyone to listen to every morning. We'll appreciate that. 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, guys, gals. Deion Sanders he was at UFL over the weekend. He's not made any home visits yet, but maybe he can get out there. You know, he doesn't really need to go talk people into coming to Colorado. People are wanting to go play it for Colorado, and we'll see them do well. And I think Dion will be in the NFL in the next couple of years. I think he'll be a head coach there. Go Braves. And we got some other news still to come for you in the final period. We're going to do straight up movie reviews this morning with Shane B., our guest. Tomorrow morning, Randy Rocket Cody joins us. We'll talk on Weird Wednesday. We'll be talking about the murder conspiracy theory of, well, actually the murder conspiracy, not a theory, but conspiracy of Sam Kinison, the late great comedian from the early 80s and 90s. And on Thursday, we'll travel the state of Alabama, Georgia, Florida, and Tennessee with our travel expert, travel guide, author, tour guide, Family Feud champion, Histories and Mysteries very own Sally Toole joins us. And since it's WrestleMania week and WrestleMania weekend, some of you like wrestling, some of you don't. I tell you what, we're still going to do it on Friday. We got the big preview. Will Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins beat The Rock and Roman Reigns in the tag team match, so Cody will have a fair advantage at WrestleMania Sunday? Or will the Bloodline try to attack Cody on Sunday if The Rock and Roman Reigns beat them in a tag team match? We're previewing WrestleMania 2 nights in Philadelphia, original ECW country, this coming up Friday morning. So there you go. Also on the feed, you'll be able to hear some of the WrestleMania best of moments. And we got one coming up in just a few moments. That Stone Cold Steve Austin returns to WrestleMania 38, where he took on KO. Now, KO this year is in a 3-way match with Randy Orton and the U.S. champion Logan Paul. All right, on the feed this morning, ladies and gentlemen, on our YouTube feed, which new movie would you like to see the most? Since this movie review on Twisted Tuesday, we call it Twisted Tuesday. We'll get a little twisted with you. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. So far, it's got 48% of the votes. Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire, which is the #1 movie from over the box office weekend, taking 33% of the votes. And a movie that's coming out April 12th with 19% of the votes, Civil War. I have one short so far. I'm very new to the lives. Thank you, Marty. The Johnny Sins movie is pretty good, says Jake. Wow. And Pete says, from the Noonan area, wow. I think it's because of all of the inmates we got there at Tennessee State Prison. Good morning, all you guys at the Tennessee State Prison. Now, it's guys, right? Because I don't know, it might be ladies. But guys, right? Good morning to you at the Tennessee State Prison. We appreciate you guys tuning in this morning as well. All right, let's see what else. 22 minutes past the hour. I think we got everything out of sight. You guys might remember this lady from Beverly Hills 90210. I'm going to go ahead and play a little theme music in the background. Since it is that day, still to come, we're going to talk about the life and crimes of Vincent Kenny McMahon and a love note he had for Janelle Grant after he, messed all over her. I truly love you, honey. I messed on you. We'll talk about that, plus Nickelodeon's keep it quiet on the set. Mixture of ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen at the Tennessee State Prison. Thank you for tuning in. All right, let's do this. Tori Spelling, you might know, best known as Donna Martin from 90210. She spent 10 seasons on that series, and her husband is the former NHL great Dean McDermott, are getting a divorce. USA Today, People Magazine, and E! News reported this on Friday, and we just got it, which is blaming the split between the two as they don't really get along very well. I guess when you don't have money, you don't get along very well too. All of us poor folks out there, we know how to stay with the significant others and our wives and our husbands, even when we don't have money. You know what I'm saying? All of us poor folks, we know. One week we're eating steak, and the next week we might having some sloppy joes, and sometimes we might get us a burger from McDonald's. Come on. But I think the big thing for them is their marriage was based upon a lot of money. And of course, Dean never went and got another job. They had a few reality shows together. The split is between the two, they're just not getting along. Well, Tori Spelling is the daughter of Aaron Spelling, who's the creator of many shows like Love Boat, Vegas, Charlie's Angels, and in the 90s, Beverly Hills 90210, Melrose Place, spin-offs of those shows, and more. True, we were washed and were where? Laugh out loud, says Marty. All right, I tell you what. She played Donna Martin for a number of years, and the couple, well, actually officially would be done with each other at the end of this month. But June 17th, 2023, when they separated, they are sharing joint custody of children ages 7 to 17. So there you go. 25 minutes past the hour. Current conditions, ladies and gentlemen, we are holding 67 degrees. Active pest control bringing you a look at that. Active pest control in Noonan bringing you a look at that. Summer, winter, spring, fall, we don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Mike and the crew can exterminate and lay the smack down for you. That's right. If they take care of my place, they can take care of yours. Oh, wow. I'm going to have to check into that, Jake. From down under, I think Jake is from Australia that's tuning in this morning as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, great guest all week on the RyanORadio Penitentiary. You guys are in lockdown. We're going to take a break. When we come back after this particular little break, you and I are going to talk about Vince McMahon, the life and crimes of Vince McMahon. That's right. I'm going to try to do a little end of this hour Raw review for you from last night. Yeah, no, it's not that kind of Raw, WWE Raw. Anyway, we'll talk about that, but also still to come quiet on the set. Quiet on the set. Quiet on the set. Not the type of quiet you were thinking for. That's right. Jake is from New Zealand. Sorry, Jake. My Kiwi brother. Also, Sarah's from New Zealand. Good morning to the Navajo Nation listening to us. Sweet Leaf says, sweet. All those people listen to you in Tennessee. Sweet Leaf on the Navajo Nation, as well as Sue, Tim, Bob, and Rodney K. Helen, Alice, Dave, and Michael saying good morning from all the way up in Canada this morning. Also, Diana, we're saying good morning to you over in South Wales. Kiko in Japan, konnichiwa. Also, Robert in Australia with us. Sarah Bear, she says, call me Kiwi. She is in New Zealand as well. Hey, I bet you guys are proud of all the people over there, proud of what Drew McIntyre is doing now. I am. All right, we're going to take a break. Back in a moment. Don't you dare move away from this radio dial known as the RyanORadio Penitentiary on 99.1 FM WQEE The Key, and then all over our feeds worldwide, 50,000 plus of you, all over the RyanORadio media page, all over the friends at Earth Rock Radio, who's got 25 different radio stations, including internet and real radio there. And we're on the Jordan Communication and Family Radio stations. Our flagship station in the Metro Atlanta area, 99.1 FM, WQEE The Key, home of news, inspirational talk, and Southern sports. Back in a moment. Thank you for sharing us there, Marty, with everybody. Hopefully they're going to have some fun this morning.
Brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Michael the Brew can exterminate and lay the smack down for you. Clouded day behind your 82 southwest winds, 10 to 15 miles per hour. So thunderstorms are likely tonight with a 100% chance of rain. Low near 57, winds southwest 10 to 15 miles per hour.
Oh, yeah. We'll get that done.
Clouds throughout the day.
I am standing up. Yes, I am standing up.
20 miles per hour. Clear skies for you Wednesday evening, low near 42. Northwest winds 10 to 20 miles.
When I started in the business, you stood at the board. And some radio stations, I do have a chair here. I can sit down like Dr. Johnny Fever did on WKRP, which was based on a real radio station, by the way, out of Atlanta. But for those who don't know. But yeah, I'm just kind of used to standing up. So, and you can move around better. You got to talk from your stomach like you do when you sing. Y'all, I'm good. I sit down during the other shows that I pre-record. But I'm good. But I appreciate this. Appreciate that. Like, subscribe, and share for everybody. Go to the WQEE key page in Atlanta. Gail's from Tennessee, by the way, for you guys that don't know. She's just in a little bit smaller portion of Tennessee, not too far from Nashville. Gail always shares her and the Zoo Crew. Gail, we've got the Tennessee State Prison people listening this morning.
Hello, everyone. This is DJ Commando of a 45.
Us guards are too fat to stand up.
You're listening to
Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. Want to say good morning, Gil and the Zoo Crew joining us this morning from part of Tennessee. So we got a lot of Tennessee people on with us this morning. So believe me, I'm not going to talk bad about you guys' teams this morning. Don't worry. I do like the Nashville Predators, though. But you guys don't have a baseball team yet. When are we going to get an MLB team in Tennessee? You guys already know about your Titans, so I don't have to even talk about that. We also got the Tennessee State Prison, ladies and gentlemen. They're listening this morning. We thank you guys. Pete in Noonan listening. We got Jake in New Zealand listening. And then my whole crew on the Sweet Leaf, as well as I named them all. Sweet Leaf, Tim, Bob, Sue, and Rodney K on the Navajo Nation. Alice, Dave, Mike, Helen, and Vicky in Canada. Diana in South Wales, as well as Sarah Barron, aka Kiwi in New Zealand herself, Robert in Australia, and Konnichiwa to, of course, one of our wonderful Kiko in Japan. We have a baseball team that's the Sounds. Yeah, you do. Is it? But I'm talking about Major League Baseball, But you guys do have a baseball team. They do pretty good. I keep up with them. All right. I do. But our Braves beat, and you're going to love to hear this, Gail, because Gail's such a big Marlins fan. She loves hearing the Braves winning. She really does. The Braves beat the White Sox even after a little bit of a rain delay on the south side of Chicago. Beat the White Sox, I should say. 9-1, something like that. We got them again tonight at 7:30. And tomorrow on the network here, Braves Country Radio, Matt McGee will be presenting that game for you on YouTube, as well as he's going to present it live on the radio for us as the Braves take on the White Sox. That's right. So there you go. I know you wanted to hear that, all about that. All right, which new movie would you guys like to see the most? Here is the poll question up this morning. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, I believe we'll talk a little bit about that in just a few with Shane B., our movie reviewer. He gives 2 thumbs up to movies that are good, and he gives 2 Stone Cold Steve Austin salutes that's not so good. Marty says, we'll bar the Braves as our team too. There you go. God, 45% of you say Ghostbusters, 32% of you say Godzilla, X Kong, New Empire, and 23% going up to Civil War. It comes out next week. There you go. And Holly's movie, which Pete says. Gail says, thank you, Tennessee Prison. Keep things in order and change lives that want rehabilitation. There you go. And we appreciate you guys listening this morning as well. Hopefully we can help out a little bit of that. You in lockdown in the RyanORadio Penitentiary, ladies and gentlemen. 33 minutes past the hour. Current conditions, 67 degrees. Time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. All right. The shock therapy stories of the day. The shock therapy. Oh, I got to tell you this, Gail. Your man, Drew McIntyre, did a vignette last night of basically a eulogy of CM Punk not being able to wrestle because he's a heel now, not being able to wrestle at WrestleMania, that he's going to beat Seth Rollins for the world title, all of that cool stuff. He was in his all black. It was the same Jeremy Borash, who used to work for WCW, worked for TNA, who now works for WWE. They used the same Team 3D burial and TNA for last night's eulogy for Drew McIntyre. Drew, I'm loving what he's doing now. I hope he wins the world title. I really do. In a recent interview, CM Punk talked about AEW's issues with Jack Perry, the Elite, WWE, and more. He also said during that same interview that Tony Khan was not a boss, but Tony Khan is a good man. So there you go. Gail says, Civil War's got my vote. And she says, cool, Drew rules. I know you love Drew. I think Drew lives. And also, so does the former Rusev, which is getting divorced from his wife, CJ Perry. I think both of them live in Tennessee. Janelle Grant. We're going to talk about this. I'm going to go ahead and talk about this. More with a Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon. Life and Crimes of Vinnie Mac. All right, Vince McMahon. He's been eliminated. His name's not even being named. But Janelle Grant says that she was coerced into writing love letters to Vince McMahon. You got to tell me you love me, baby. I'm gonna use you, abuse you, and send you all over the WWE universe for all, including Brock Lesnar to get. And you know what? I might just, defecate on you. But you know what you got to say? I love you, Vinny. Vinny, I love you. Good Lord. This man was crazy. And for those of you who know, I'm the biggest wrestling fan there ever is, just to let you guys know this. Everybody just listen, just let everybody know this. And I'm not going to defend Vince McMahon on anything. And there's so many people out there that defend the people that's on the Epstein's list, all this kind of stuff. And you know what? None of those people are being charged, right? That's not fair to me. When there's other people that are being punished for things and these people are not being punished. I hope Vince gets his due and not just paying the money out and not just losing his position with the company TKO and selling stock in it, but something else. Janelle Gant claims that she was coerced. She was just asked very nicely, by the way, into sending love letters to Vince McMahon, a man against whom she filed a lawsuit. McMahon was allegedly involved in sex trafficking, sharing nude photos, videos that go beyond family-friendly entertainment of Grant without, because PG. It wasn't PG. Vincent sent PG out on her when he was PG, ended up with the WWE, of course. And other things from the former WWE employee, the company, and the former WWE executive John Laurinaitis, best known as Johnny Ace, best known as the Garcia twins' stepfather, which were known as the Bella twins. He's named in the lawsuit as also. The New York Post obtained the letter that was sent on December 24th, 2021, in which she called him my best friend, my love, my everything. Vince McMahon is 78 years old. Yes, he is, Marty. And Viagra is a heck of a drug. And it helped him. Anyway, yeah, he did a lot. Look, there's a documentary on him all the way back to where he did it with the first female referee. There used to be a female referee back in the very early 80s. Some of the stuff before the company became publicly known and was in the public trading, Vince was doing things. He's been doing things for years. And this is why my investigative reporter, Randy Rocket Cody, investigating the Chris Benoit death or murder or suicide, because a lot of things happened over the years under Vince McMahon's watch. This girl, the only thing is, he's a cheapskate. Vince was supposed to pay this woman $3 million to keep her quiet and have an NDA that really the WWE and TKO said, hey, we have nothing against, so you can go out and say what you want to say. Grant's attorney stated that McMahon instructed Grant to write it. Frankly, it's petty. And it's very pretty disgusting that Vince's weeks late attempt to defend his horrible behavior, his behavior has become, to this day, it never happened, is to try to showcase letters that Vince himself made her write. She loved me. She loved me defecating on her. Yeah, right. Thank you for that. Ladies that are listening to this, I know you wouldn't want no man doing that. You'd be like, no, I don't want some man doing that to me. And gentlemen out there, you know as well, no matter where you are, your woman ain't gonna let you do that. Listen, both of you are kind of freaky. Anyway, it should be noted that McMahon's attorney said that this is revised history. No one was coerced. Miss Grant to write her this letter. She wrote it of her accord. The fact that the letter shows it was the 24th draft speaks volumes. Yeah, sure does. And the same law firm represented MLW, and they're also against WWE as well in a $20 million settlement. So there you go. That's right. Referee Rita is, let's see, I can't see it. Chatterton. That's right. That's right. Vincent Minnie McMahon. Well, let me tell you something. Tell you something right now. Vince McMahon, I want to see him punished to the extent of the law. And I know they're trying to get him out of this, but there's nobody out there. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, listen, you're freaks. No, that's fine. You can be a freak. I don't care. You know, but majority of us are not going to say that we're going to accept this kind of behavior. Yeah, I think she was made to write these letters and everything. The Vince McMahon saga continues. We'll talk about it almost every other day here on the show. Wait a minute, Gail. What are you saying about me and talking about the Marlins? Got an onion sandwich. You know I don't like onions. I will never eat an onion. You know, when I become president, I'm going to make them illegal. I'm running for president one day. Sue, Alice, Bob, Randy, and gang, and Sweetleaf, coffee and donuts for all, except for our awesome host. I don't want an onion sandwich. Sorry. She's mean. Gail makes the best. I'm going to talk good about her. She makes the best cherry apple pie, like apple pies, cherry pies, like that. You know, the way they make them. Dumplings, cherry dumplings. Not dumplings. What is it? Turnovers, cherry turnovers. That's it. I don't know. They're all good. I want any of them. Anything that's got cherry pie in it is good for me. I'm going to start making everybody hungry. I don't want to do that. Let's talk about breakfast for a minute here and make everybody hungry so they'll have to feed. Just kidding. Steak and cheese pies is what Jake says from New Zealand. Man, I have to try that. I like steak and I like cheese. I have to try that. Pork and apple pies. I might have to try that because it's like pork chops and applesauce. Pork chops and applesauce. I have to try that. All right. Pete says, I'm already hungry. Been hungry. Well, Pete, you got to share your food with us. All right. And one more note as we get ready to go into this next break. And after the break, I'm going to give you a little short review of last night's Raw. Bring it up in just a few moments. Dan Snyder, who's best known as Dennis Blunden on Head of the Class back in the early 90s, is now being accused by former Nickelodeon child stars, about how he liked to produce iCarly, Victoria, Amanda, those shows from back in the day. He was kind of touchy-feely, and iCarly's on-air brother kind of got in between many times to protect that young lady. So he's been accused of this as of lately from even a few of them. And I think one of the big Victoria stars is a big famous singer, Miss Grande. That's right. So morning, Warrior Defenders. How you doing this morning as well? We'll keep you abreast on this one. I'm going to dive deeper into what Dennis Blunden, he blundered it up again, didn't he? We'll talk more about him and what he's done. So there you go. After the break, a short review of WWE WrestleMania. WWE RAW WrestleMania week begins. Gail says, yummy pies. Pete, I got a new super duper hot dog tosser. Get ready. They like to shoot hot dogs and stuff. They like to throw things at me for some reason. I don't know why. We welcome everybody in this morning. Our question of the morning, ladies and gentlemen, our question of the morning, our poll question this morning on the feed is, which new movie would you like to see the most? Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. We'll talk about that coming up next hour with Shane B. Also, Godzilla X Kong, the #1 movie at the box office, 29% of that, 42% going with Ghostbusters. And now coming up, Civil War is reaching that tie with Godzilla and Kong with 29% of the votes. Warrior Defender says she wants to say Civil War 2. That's next week. We'll probably preview that on next Tuesday. A lot of great guests all week long. On Thursday, Sally Toole from Histories and Mysteries. We travel the states with her and we'll find out the histories and mysteries, the scary and the unknown too. Weird Wednesday tomorrow, Randy Rocket Cody will join us. He and I are going to talk about what's going on in the world of heavy metal from the Motley Crue saga with Mick Mars and the Sam Kinison murder conspiracy tomorrow. The late great comedian from the early 80s and 90s who made appearances on Married with Children and other great shows as well. And he likes to scream loud if you don't know who I'm talking about. But coming up in the next period, Shane B joins us, a short, brief break, and we'll do a little WWE RAW review from last night. Stay tuned. I'm going to be the mayor. I appreciate that. I'm not going to tell you guys anything illegal, but you could probably see WrestleMania free this weekend. I'm not telling you to do anything illegal now. Coffee in the refrigerator. Woo! What's coffee? Is it ice brew? You know the wife loves that. Mayor Goldie Wilson, yes. I remember Mayor Goldie Wilson, reelected mayor. I'm gonna clean up this town. Start with the cleaning up.
Hello, I'm Pina Payne with Contour Mortgage, and we're so excited we have just moved to this new company, and we are located at 560 Newman Crossing Bypass and in the next to Art and Jake's. And we have some.
What did I say about the Marlins?
Our interest rates are better than any.
I just said you were a Marlin fan, but you would be happy to hear the Braves won yesterday. Is all I said, Gail.
We can do a better deal for you.
Most of Tennessee, I just heard right there. Marty said sweeping the floor. Stop with sweeping the floor. Cleaning this town, sweeping that floor. But Marty said that they into the Braves up there, so. I don't know what you're in the wrong state there, Gail. I know you're a Titans fan, a Predators fan. I got that. Warrior Defenders. Our Empower Strikes Back. Where is Captain Hot Buns this morning from Arizona? Must be having to get the kids ready. Tennessee has one long leg and one short leg, so we can walk straight on the hills. Tennessee. Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. It's time for us to do a little wrestling wrap up for you right quick. Since it is WrestleMania week, we don't spend a lot of time during the week. We kind of give updates on a little bit of wrestling and throughout the day, the next day and everything. Of course, last night was Raw, but the big pay-per-view is coming up this week on Friday. I will be spending an hour, the last hour of the last period, talking about WrestleMania weekend ahead, 2 nights ahead. Hall of Fame on Friday night. Paul Heyman is being inducted by his tribal chief. So there you go. His tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Marty said, do you know why puppets cry? Why do puppets cry, Marty? Jake wants to know too. He's like, hey, don't keep that secret from me. Gail's like, ha ha, tossing hot dogs at you. What? All right, The Rock came out. Talked about he made the boy bleed. Cody crybabies. Showed pictures of some kids crying, which was very disturbing to me. I thought Cody would come out or CM Punk or somebody would come out and embarrass The Rock. But then they brought the tribal chief out. And then in the crowd was world champion Seth Rollins. He said, I challenge you or Roman to a match tonight if one of you have balls. And he said, neither one of you do. Solo must have them because Solo had the match later on. Rock said it's going to be bloodline rules. Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley's match is going to be a heck of a match. Becky Lynch barged in on Rhea Ripley earlier in the day with the MMA Hour. Of course, New Day tagged up with DIY to take on the Judgment Day, and Judgment Day finished him off. As is a 5-way this weekend for the tag team belts. Chad Gable's training Sami Zayn for his match against champion, what is the guy's name? Gunther. After that, you had Bronson Reed and Sami Zayn in a match, which came to a DQ because Gunther attacked him. Ivy Nell and Maxine Dupree won her match. Jake from State Farm. Jake from State Farm is supposed to be doing his advertising with me. We got one here named Jake from State Farm in Newton area. Jey Uso told Seth Rollins that if the Bloodlines try anything shady tonight, I'll have your back like you had mine last week. Ricochet beat Ivar in a match. Damage Control defeated Shayna Baszler. Damage Control with Io Sky versus Shayna Baszler, Zoe Starks, and Tia Nox, and defeated them. Really? They beat Shayna Baszler? Really? Better than Jake from State Pen. Wow, said Mark. And Bloodline Rules at the end of the night had Seth brawling and almost winning, and The Rock and everybody coming in and attacking, and then out come Cody to help out. The Rock and Roman Reigns took turns whipping Rollins and Cody with the belt. And Drew McIntyre, of course, had his little thing. So that was it. That's coming up this week. The lead in the show was very good. I could stay up all night because I had to be up this morning. Some of you could, but I couldn't. All right, let's see. We got that out of the way. We're going to be doing movie news coming up the next hour. Our friend Shane B. Top 10 movies, what's coming up. We've talked about that, and that. I believe we got everything out of the way that needed to get out of the way. I'm looking at my paper, guys. For those who don't know, I have a paper full of information. All right, we're going to take a break. And when we come back here, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to go to the top of the hour with our good friend, Jake from New Zealand. That's one of the best right there, though, Jake, New Zealand. We're going to be having a Stone Cold Steve Austin's return at WrestleMania 38 as him and KO went at it. We're going to play that for you here in just a few moments. Stay with us. More on the ways the RyanORadio Penitentiary cruises on. Funk is on the road. Funky. You better call your mama because this is about to get funky all up in here. Funky like a monkey, like Dusty Rhodes. I don't mean funky like when you take your shoes off. Yeah. Stay with us. More on the way as the RyanORadio Penitentiary cruises on. We'll get into the top of the hour after this. That was one of the best matches of WrestleMania 38 with Stone Cold and Kevin Owens. Play that funky music, white boy. You just scared a person, what?
Cooperating with Dallas, Texas police after a vehicle registered or leased to him was involved in a 6-vehicle crash over the weekend. He has not been charged but has lawyered up. Former NFL Pro Bowl cornerback Vontae Davis, who
there you go. We're getting stuck in head. There you go.
2018 was found dead at a South Florida residence. He was 35.
The frog scare.
The Eagles and New York Jets officially completed their trade for edge rusher Hassan Reddick. Philly will get a conditional third-round draft pick in 2026. Reports say Philadelphia 76ers star Joel Embiid could return as soon as tomorrow when they play the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's missed over 2 months to recover from knee surgery. Some head coaching hires across the NCAA men's basketball landscape. Oklahoma State goes with Steve Lutz from Western Kentucky. SMU hired Andy Enfield from USC. And Drake hires Ben McCollum from Northwest Missouri State. That's sports. Frank Garrity, NBC News Radio.
Made to order 100% Wagyu beef burgers that are 100% from Red Robin, starting at $6.99, which is 100% awesome. 100% Wagyu beef burgers with fries, starting at $6.99. 100%.
Where can you be a star athlete and a math superstar? Where can you prepare for graduate school or your dream job and make friends for the journey? Where can you challenge your mind and inspire your soul? Experience a
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get some things ready going into the next hour.
the South's most affordable, highly ranked institutions. Learn more at lagrange.edu.
This is Dave Scott, host of Spaced Out Radio. Come join us every night starting at midnight on WQEE 99.1 FM.
I have to add some stuff. Morning, Cher. Cher with us. Good morning, Cher. Welcome in. You're late. We're going to write you up.
Tune in Spaced Out Radio nightly on WQEE 99.1 FM. We're together, my friends.
We know you're in Iowa, but still.
Lisa Wolf to tell you that the 5-hour Hollywood 360 show and the 30-minute Radio Rarities podcast can be emailed to you every Monday via digital download link that never expires. That's 24 classic radio shows per month, plus the games, celebrity interviews, music trivia, and much more. Listen to Hollywood 360 and Radio Rarities whenever you'd like. Visit Hollywood360radio.com to subscribe. That's Hollywood360radio.com.
This is the Make a Difference Minute.
From the Mark White Show.
Marmac Real Estate has 8 offices throughout the state of Alabama. That includes Decatur, Hartselle, Coleman, Florence, Killen, Muscle Shoals, Orange.
Watch American Pickers. I've seen it before.
140 agents throughout Alabama. You can easily reach one of those agents by going to marmac.us and tell them the Mark White Show sent you.
That's fine. No, I don't think we can see it, but that's fine if he wants to say something.
I taught for 25 years.
Just so you guys know, there are 6 cars replying on the comments. So if one of my guards says something nutty, ignore them. That's all right. We're all nuts. They're inside the penitentiary. They're inside the RyanORadio penitentiary. We're all nuts.
School thing or a little cooking demonstration or whatever for our wives. I said, look, y'all, I really don't have time. And I did not have time. But one day I was in my kitchen, I was cooking.
All right, let's see.
My family for Sunday lunch. I call it dinner and supper, but I'll say lunch for you folks out there that do that. So I thought, I think I know.
It's nutty here, tossing hot dogs. It's always, we inside the penitentiary. That's right. Like, subscribe, and share the YouTube page, ladies and gentlemen. And you can go to our description to get links to the radio station page as well as RyanORadio media page, official media page on Spreaker. Good morning, WQEE.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's going on, brother? How's it going?
What?
I said, how's everything going on this Tuesday morning? You're hungover. You're gonna make some of the people jealous. We got people from the Tennessee State Prison, ladies and gentlemen, listening to us this morning. So they want to know about the movies. They're gonna be jealous of your night last night, bro. Some of them will. It's awesome, man. It's awesome. It's awesome. I got a lot of people just listening to us this morning now, but thanks to one of my brand new listeners. And his nickname, now this is not his real name, but his nickname online is Marty McFly. So that tells you what his favorite movie is. He's a guard. So I was like, hey, you're in the right place. You're in the right place. Shane and I love that movie. So
check out.
Which one did you check out?
Half of it. At least half of it.
Which one? Okay. Oh man.
I got a thing to say about that.
Oh my Lord. And then and my poll question this morning has which new movie would you like to see the most? And 40% of the people want to see the Ghostbuster ones. 28 want to see Godzilla X Kong, the new movie, and 32% want to see the Civil War movie coming out next week. So that may change the poll question this morning with Shane talking to us.
This is what I wanted to stay away from. What on this rain this start? Never is.
Appreciate you guys being with us this morning and everybody listening everywhere. See, I got the coolest listeners ever. I mean, RyanORadio Penitentiary. That's the kind of people that I got the coolest ever. Oh. All right, let's see here. Which one do we want? We'll take this out. So we can get on as early as we can. The intro this morning is going to be the Civil War movie trailer. Going to be my intro before I come home. What in the world? Uh-oh, you're going to make Marty McFly for president, Gail. So you don't want me to be president anymore. Thank you, Gail. But he does have a lot of people that is following there. Oh, yeah.
You'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest of the Falcons, the Braves, and more. Who knows? You might even hear you. That's the Ryan Show daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM. The views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
That's right. Send me some love / money. I appreciate that, Pete. The feed is on there. It should be $RyanShelander on the Cash App. $RyanShelander. RyanShelander. Thank you, Pete, for sharing that. Appreciate that. All my listeners, they want to get me paid. I want you to stay in Noonan, says Pete. No way, you know. I can still stay in Noonan and run. And you guys, I could be the president. I'm talking about presidents and Marty and Jake. Jake's in New Zealand. How do you send money to Cash App? I have a Cash App sign. It's $Ryan, RyanShelander. And you can send it through their $RyanShelander. Woo! That's right, guys. That movie comes out next week, April 12th. I'm ecstatic to see that one. And you know what it means? It's Twisted Tuesday, and we're headed into the final period of play on this Tuesday edition of RyanORadio Penitentiary. You guys are in lockdown. $RyanShelander, capital R and capital S, $, and that's under the Cash App. Yes, that's it, brother. Coming up this hour, our movie reviewer. You know what? Shane B's next. Hey, I'm RyanORadio Penitentiary host, the one, the only Ryan Neal, and of course, I am the game. 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast. Shout it out loud across that RyanORadio media page. iHeartRadio, Amazon Prime, and more. Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, the Navajo Nations, 25 radio stations, including internet and real radio in the Navajo Nation. We're across the British Columbia Isles of Canada. And this morning, we are across Tennessee State Prison there. A lot of listeners. $sign RyanShelander. That's it. And 99.1 FM WQEE, the key home of Southern sports, inspirational talk, news, and we're the talk of Atlanta because we are live all day. We appreciate everybody being with us. If you want to help out, $sign RyanShelander on the Cash App. And to my haters, I got this to say to you. I am the man around here, whether they like it or not. I tell it like it is, straight edge, independent skeptic. And we're going to head into the movie theaters now. So get your favorite candy, your popcorn ready, with whether you want salt on it or unsalted, your favorite soda, most of the time, which is cola. And we're going to head into the movie theaters with our favorite movie reviewer. He's our Cisco R. Ebert. He gives 2 thumbs up to movies, shows, Netflix, Hulu, whatever's going good. If it's good, 2 thumbs up. If it's not so good, he turns into Stone Cold Steve Austin like at WrestleMania 38 and gives them the two fingers that nobody wants to see. Anyway, please welcome our Cisco R. Ebert, our Stone Cold, the one, the only, our good friend Shane B. What's up, Shane? I had to do you that way. I had to do the Stone Cold because, bro, it's WrestleMania week, man. And the Croc, the Rock is back at it being a bad guy. It's 2 big nights this weekend. Probably the biggest WrestleMania in history in a long time because Roman Reigns supposedly, now it's not the WWE World Champion, but Roman Reigns is going to be in more tie Hulk Hogan to the most WrestleMania appearances this Saturday night, and then he's going to surpass Hulk Hogan on Sunday because it's 2 nights. So there you go. Hogan didn't have but 1 night, so it's not really fair. So there you go. It's a big week. It's WrestleMania week, so I had to do the Stone Cold thing for you this morning.
He's going to surpass Taker as we go.
Oh, well, nobody's going to surpass Undertaker. Undertaker has had more winning streaks than anybody at the WrestleMania, but no, I hope he will never surpass him more appearances at WrestleMania than Taker. But Taker's only lost 2 matches at WrestleMania. Actually, it's officially only 1 since all this stuff's been going on with McMahon and Brock Lesnar's on that list. But it's Roman Reigns is the official. So, but no, it'll be a long time, I think, before he can do Undertaker. I think Undertaker's last match was 2 or 3 years ago at WrestleMania. So, a WrestleMania without. Go ahead.
I still hate how they ended that streak.
I know, right? I know, right?
They did it. It's just, I would have let that man go undefeated.
I agree with you, man. That's what I would have did. Undertaker should have been undefeated until he retired and everything. So, but what I've been looking at is this weekend also is the WWE Hall of Fame. And finally, I guess the Tribal Chief is going to be inducting him. Paul Heyman, they're going to be in Philadelphia this weekend, which is home of ECW country. Paul Heyman's going to be the main character that's going in, the main guy, the main eventer of the Hall of Fame this weekend. A lot of great people are going in, a lot of great stars. Thunderbolt Patterson's going in, Barry Windham and Mike Rotunda to the U.S. Express. But Paul Heyman's going in, so he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. I guess like that really means anything, but it does. So what do you think about that?
I don't think Paul Heyman deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Why do you think that?
He's got a mouth on him. So, as far as character-wise, I found him more annoying than anything.
I know, right?
But they're going to do what they're going to do. They're going to do it.
Well, it's a big weekend.
I don't know. Sure on that. I guess fine, whatever. Sure, whatever.
Well, you know what they're going to do. They're going to do the Hall of Fame like they did last year. They got SmackDown on Friday, which is going to be from Philadelphia. So they're calling it WrestleMania SmackDown. So as soon as SmackDown's over, you'll go to the network and you'll watch at 10 p.m. to however long it is, the induction of the Hall of Fame. And then the next day, they're getting ready for the Saturday version and the Sunday version. So it's WrestleMania week. We had to get that in there and everything. 15 minutes past the hour, guys. Time and temperature, and it's 67 degrees. Brought to you by Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. All right. We're going to talk top 10 movies. My movie reviews, we're going to do the top 10 movie, the new number one movie hit the box office. And my poll question this morning, Shane, and you don't have to answer it, but we're going to talk about one of the movies in there. Actually, we'll be talking about a couple of the movies in there, and all three of them eventually. Which new movie, I've asked my listeners, would you like to see the most? 40% want to see the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. We'll talk about that in a moment. Godzilla X Kong New Empire, 28% of that. And the one that I want to see, and I'm glad a lot of people want to see, is the Civil War, 32%, which is on April 12th next week. So you don't have to answer the poll because we're going to be talking about the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. So we'll know that you're probably not going to be voting that one in.
I definitely want to see Civil War.
There you go, brother. I knew it.
We talked about before, this movie's sparked so much controversy.
Yeah, I know.
Arousal of people. I just can't wait to see what the critics are going to say. I can't wait to see how, especially the news networks are going to respond to it. How they're going to try to twist it.
Yes, thank you.
What they're going to try to do with it and make it such controversy. Oh, this is the kind of thing that people want, and people on both sides.
Exactly, brother. Well, you know what? You're talking about that. I'm not, the only people that matter about talking about it is going to be you and me talking about it on the movie reviews. And the guy that is like producing this movie or something, he's done some great movies in the past, and he's had some, cool movies in the past. So I expect it to be a good movie.
I just hope that they do something tasteful with
Thank
it,
you.
sort of say.
Yeah. Yes.
That it's not just some convoluted nonsense, something that's just splattered on the screen, sort of thing.
Right.
I would like for there to actually be a
Storyline. Yes.
We have a basis of Texas and California.
Yes. They're going to tag up and take the rest. Yeah. That's all right. That's why you can say it's not based in reality. So you can tell that it's not based. Nobody can really say based in reality. And besides, brother, nobody can beat Georgia. So, I'm sorry. Sorry, every other state, but we would have won anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely take my Carolina, Georgia, Alabama,
Yes.
Mississippi against Texas. But
Got to add Tennessee in there. Got to add Tennessee.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got to add Tennessee in there too. Yeah, all of that. That would be the ones. There you go. But I'm with you, man. I'm glad that the storyline's basing those two together that you and I kind of know are like, don't really make a lot of sense. And even people live in both of those states say that. So, but, we may not even survive Monday's eclipse, by the way, and we're not going to get into that. But to get to this movie, but I can't wait to see this movie. Godzilla X Kong New Empire took the number one movie. And we're probably going to talk in a minute why it couldn't beat Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. But before we dive into the movie review of the week of that, it took the number one spot. It got $80 million its first weekend. Your thoughts on this another Godzilla movie?
Of no fascination with it whatsoever. I'm a little tired of this.
That's what everybody says.
Calm phase that seems to be going on right now.
Right.
It seems to be concurrent with the other movies because it has the little deaf girl
Yeah, Godzilla versus Kong. Yeah.
It's kind of a fatigue going on. At least for me. I got a little fatigue with this. Enough already. We can keep making these movies, but like, okay, they keep making them because they see the money that's there, and yeah, they're making money.
Yeah, it is.
Number one.
It is. It is making money.
They're just capitalizing off of the market, and
True.
I don't really see that as a good thing.
Right.
But of course, dollar signs.
Money, money, money. Show me the money. That's.
And we'll probably get 3, 4 of these.
You've never been wrong about it since we've talked about it. You've never been wrong about it. So look how many more Marvel and DC movies have come out since you said, hey, we're going to get 5 more of these, Ryan. And then what we get? 6 more. Yeah, you're right about that.
That dang old Marvel. We're going to be having Thunderbolts come out soon here. I don't think they've started production yet. It'll probably be 2026. That's when the movie is ready to be released.
I heard about it. Yeah.
And it's an offshoot. It's basically going to be a bootleg Avengers. Like, it'll be the style of what?
Really?
They're the anti-heroes.
Wow.
But we're bringing back Captain Walker from what was the name of that show?
Going blank. I see. I know. Know what you're talking about. I'm the same way. Oh.
Winter Soldier. I'm trying to think of the guy's name. Anthony Mackie.
There you go. That's it. Yeah. I just looked it up.
Wow, I can't think of his character. I just hated him so much. I blocked him out of my memory.
It was such a terrible character. Yeah.
But he's allegedly the new Captain America now.
Oh, I heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and putting him in the lead role, that's going to be the new Avengers movie.
Really?
With him as Captain America, it's just like, wow. When you go through the comics,
Ryan Reynolds.
There was a period where he did take on the role as Captain America, but Bucky also took on the role.
Yeah, I remember
Bucky
that.
was more of a fitting suit for that because he's a super soldier.
Right.
But we're going to have him leading the way in this new Avengers movie, and everybody I talk to, we don't like the idea. It's just he doesn't feel right for it. Not his character.
Right.
This is what we're gonna do. Inclusivity. We gotta have it happen. We gotta have a reaction for the word of things done. Like, oh no, let's just stick with But here we are.
Well, there you go.
So
Whew. Well, we got all kind of things. We definitely got all kinds of things to talk about, and I can't wait for some of these movies to come out and everything. We're gonna dive into Ghostbusters here in just a few moments, but I'm gonna let you finish up on what you were saying there, right quick, Shane.
That just falls back into that line of fatigue.
Right.
The superhero movie fatigue.
Okay. Yeah.
What's going on? And starting to get that with this Godzilla versus Kong stuff. It's just getting old.
Okay.
We
Okay.
crime series or something.
Well, let's go create them. Me and you go create them and write them. And we got producers all around Georgia and everything that want to do something. Let's just go create them and then we'll make money, Shane. And then we can review our own stuff.
Hell,
Let's do it. Seriously.
I got a good number of people.
I got a director right here.
Stand on the line of 2 or 3.
Oh, really?
I know Jim Carrey will be on board too.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's get some more comedies in here. No, we're stuck in the state of monster superhero destruction.
It's just what's making money.
I'm getting a little tired.
Yeah. I think some people are, some people are not. It's like you said, it's getting to be the same thing over and over. Good morning, Captain Hot Buns from Arizona. But we appreciate you guys being with us this morning and everywhere. We're going to dive into, I'm going to play a little bit of this theme song in the background while we're getting ready to talk about this movie. The new one, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, that is 38% of the votes right now, but Godzilla X Kong New Empire's got 31% of votes, and so does Civil War 31% of votes. So maybe after this review with Shane, somebody's going to take the number 1 spot from Ghostbusters. So let's talk Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, Shane.
Oh, first I got to send a quick, we lost another one.
Oh, yeah, Luke. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Rest in peace, Louis Gossett Jr. Died Friday.
Yes, wow.
I guess it's better notoriety, officer and a gentleman, of course, of the Iron.
Yes. Yes.
First black man to win Best Supporting Actor.
Mm-hmm. Yep. True.
I was shocked when I heard that. I got a buddy who, the company he works for, they actually did work with for him, and he took it really hard. He broke it to 8.
Wow.
When Lewis died, I'm like, what? Lewis who? He's like, Gossett. I'm like, no.
Wow.
8.
I heard about it yesterday too, and I was like, I was going to wait today to talk about it because I knew you would have it, the information. And my listeners broke it on my YouTube page, and I went and looked it up after that. I was like, oh my goodness, really? I'm like, because this is a surprise. This is a man you didn't hear anything really negative about him, off the screen or outside of Hollywood, that he always kind of, kept to himself,
Yeah.
So he was never
What
in.
a shame.
It is. We need more men like him in Hollywood. Definitely so. Whew. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Well, I got Ghostbusters theme music in the background. I guess that means we're going to have to take a break. When we come back after the break, we're going to talk Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. You hear him. You hear him, guys. You hear him. He's like, oh, boy. Yeah. That doesn't sound like the movie is going to be that good, guys. Back in a moment. Oh.
Welcome to Penitentiary. Oh, really? Look at the list here. Okay.
Hey there, folks. Looking for a top expert in medical, health, and life insurance? Look no further than
We'll be back momentarily, guys.
Charmaine Preston, your trusted agent for
Dark clouds, no rain yet. Ooh, it's going to be raining in Tennessee. Blame that. Yeah, I know. It's supposed to start sometime today. Well, it's you guys in Tennessee's fault. It's all Gail's fault. She's sending it our way. We don't want it in Georgia today. Shane says this is his day off. Come on, you guys. Wait till tomorrow when he's got to work. Sherry, you've had rain since yesterday in Iowa. Wow. Gail says tornadoes. This is scary. Thank you. They closing some businesses. Wow. You got tornadoes up there. Wow.
Hey, sports fans. Weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern. Drive time on WQEE. Braves Country is
Bad storms and tornadoes. Gummit. Just said it's going to rain. That's all right. We'll be good. I think everybody will be all right. All the inmates say hello all at one time. Want me to post that. Okay. Thank you, Marty. Tell them, hello, inmates from Tennessee State Prison. Shane. We appreciate it. That's my kind of listeners, man. Oh, funny. Oh, wait a minute. I ain't supposed to be playing this music. We're supposed to be playing this thing. Shane got me laughing over here. They can hear you laugh out loud, says Marty. I know. He's laughing. Shane's laughing now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back in now, guys. We appreciate you tuning in this morning. That was Shane, not me. I'm going to let him get in trouble. All right, welcome back in. We're going to talk a little Ghostbusters and everything. We want to thank our friends all over the internet and Tennessee State Prison. Thank you guys for saying hello to me all at one time. We appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. You got a mixture there, I guess, on different sides. We appreciate you listening this morning. Thanks to Marty McFly, one of your guards, for providing our show there. All right, Shane, let's get into Ghostbusters. That everybody wants to know why it's not so good, or if it's good, or why it's good. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. What was so cold about it? Why was it so cold?
It's disgusting.
Uh-oh. Really?
This movie was absolutely disgusting. I already had a bad vibe when Afterlife came out. That one was already on the cusp of, how do you say, curiosity, ready to be criticized. But the passing of the torch, it was done fine. I did a review on it.
Uh-huh.
It's not a bad movie.
Okay.
The way they put it together, to pass this torch on, the way they did it, the way they put everything together to have Egon's granddaughter,
right,
the one who had this such interest in science.
Right. Sounds good, yeah.
She pretty much re-sparked the Ghostbusters. This movie, first off, it starts off. Now, the movie's called Frozen Empire. It starts off with a point from Robert Frost. No irony there at all.
No.
Irony.
Wow. Robert Frost. Okay, I'm writing this down here.
But it starts with a point of his, some say the world will end in fire.
Okay.
Saying from what I've tasted of desire, I hold with those it had Paris twice. I think I know enough of me to say that for destruction, the ice is also great and would suffice. And it's just like, okay, that's an interesting way to start your
Right.
Let's see what else you got going on.
Okay.
And it's just like really a time check.
Okay.
They're in New York now.
Okay, right.
Afterlife ended with just kind of a cliffhanger of showing Ernie. That's he's basically rebuilding the Ghostbusters. It's like, okay, that's fine. But it just jumps into him, the new cast from Afterlife.
Right.
Paul Rudd, Phoebe, Stranger Things, Boy, and
Okay.
the Mom. They're the Ghostbusters now.
Okay.
And then they jump back to 1904.
What?
To where these firefighters are coming out of the firehouse. They're going to respond to something. And they find this entity. This new demon. This frost demon. What is that?
Frost demon.
Garaka.
Wow. Wow.
So, as they start the movie, finally, it just goes to them responding to a call.
Okay.
The mom is berating Phoebe for, they got the Ecto 2.
Okay, Ecto 2.
Out of the door, and she's, oh, get back in here. Da, 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 da.
Oh, yeah, the door opens. Yeah.
Why are you screaming at her like this? She's the reason why any of this is happening. They sideline her so bad.
Wow.
We get Walter Peck back.
Wow.
I did not write his name down. But the actor that played Walter Peck in the original movie that shut the Ghostbusters down and shut down the containment unit.
Right.
He's the mayor of the city.
Oh, God, really? He's the mayor of New York. Oh, Walter Peck.
But the way they have him written, the way they wrote this, he just acts like he doesn't remember what this team did for the city. And, as I'm watching this, I'm thinking, are there only ghosts in New York?
Probably.
Because, we met these characters in Oklahoma in Afterlife.
Right.
It's like, okay, there's those two. That was the central hub of this centerpiece of evil, this temple. But we're back in New York.
Right.
So it seems like there's only ghosts in New York. I was like, okay,
could be.
Whatever, we're back in New York.
Could be.
But the way they sideline Phoebe, the way that Walter Peck wants to shut them down, sidelines her because she's underage. She's 15. He's like, oh, you shouldn't be part of this. You're firing around weapons and all this stuff. I'm like, she's the one who started this. And I hated that. Really hated that. They do add some new elements, like a ghost trap that's like on a flying drone. I thought that was kind of cool. So, okay. But as usual, they cause more destruction than the ghosts do. And it seemed unnecessary how much destruction it would cause. We get Slimer. Slimer comes back. Slimer is back. The Stranger Things boy, he trying to catch Slimer. And it's kind of a side story that just, it feels a little out of place. Doesn't make any sense. But I see what you're trying to do there.
Right.
Now, it was a disgusting part of this movie. I really hated it. They do like a news editorial on the Ghostbusters, them being back and everything, blah, blah, blah. And they're showing old footage from the older movies. In part of the news clip, they showed part of a video that Ray Parker Jr. did when he's dancing down the street with the original cast. And like, how can you include that in the movie? that doesn't really hold to, how do you say, I don't want to say lore, but to the story of the people you're trying to talk about.
The current ones, yes.
You're trying to talk about. This is a music video. But they went ahead and put that in there.
Ray Parker Jr.
And Ernie Hudson, he's kind of off to the side. He's doing his thing. He's probably in the movie more than anybody original. He's got a side project going on. They have Paranormal Research Center.
Okay.
He's got this going on to the side. And it hasn't bothered to tell the team about it.
Nope.
And this is kind of like something him and Dan Aykroyd are doing all the summer.
Right.
So Dan Aykroyd, he's doing a podcast with the kids podcast.
Everybody tries to do podcasts.
Research things that are paranormal. Have some kind of entity to it. And that's through that we get Camille. I can't say his name.
Wow.
He's the Indian guy in the Elementals.
Okay. Okay.
One of those Marvel movies. But Camille has this ball
Right.
that he got from his grandmother, and he always felt it was set. And this is the Kickstarter for the movie, which creates the core
Right.
that starts everything. I made it probably about an hour and 9 minutes into this movie, and I gave up on it.
Wow.
I was just disgusted with everything I was seeing. And just the way they were treated. Mainly because of the way they treat me. How they just kept sidelining her. Paul Rudd is basically the leader of the team now. It's like, that's not right. Because he was just a bonehead science teacher of hers from Afterlife.
Right.
And now he's supposed to be leading the team. I'm like, what is this? And the mom is like second in charge.
Wow. Is it because?
And she never really had anything to do with it.
Right. No, not in the original.
Characters were possessed.
Yes.
The Afterlife.
Yes.
While the kids were taking care of everything.
Yep.
I can understand that you don't want the kids to be leading the crew.
Right.
But at the same time, I think there should have been, as much as Dan Aykroyd is in the movie,
Right.
I think he should have been there, at least as an advisor,
Yeah.
on scene,
Yes.
directing them.
Yes.
But he's off doing his own thing, podcast.
Right. Well, you know,
I don't know. That's really that wrong.
well, I mean, you had a couple original members, and you hadn't even got to it. I know that a certain somebody, Mr. Groundhog Day, was supposed to be in this one too, Bill Murray. But Ernie Hudson, who's also off doing the new version of Quantum Leap, wouldn't you think that if they were he was the one that was starting it up, wouldn't he have been the leader? Made sense for him to be the leader of the Ghostbusters and bring.
He was more of a financier. That was the thing. I was like, he funded everything.
Yeah, he's got the money to.
But he's off doing his other thing with the Paranormal Research Center.
Right.
And he's just kind of in the background. Janine's kind of working with him.
Okay. Makes sense.
Bill Murray.
Okay.
He's doing his own thing off to the side, like in the first movie where he was trying to get the college students to predict which card he was holding up and had the little probes on their head. It's like he's doing that again.
Okay.
And he interrogated the middle. And that was the last I saw of him. They did that scene, got in and got out.
Right.
I'm not sure if he's in any more of the movie. But I didn't finish it. I don't think I gotta finish it.
You're gonna have to, yes. You're doing a review.
On this movie. I have to.
Yep. You got to.
But it was just disgusting. I absolutely hated it.
Wow.
I was so disappointed at this. Like I said, I appreciate the passing of the torch, the way they did it in that one.
Right.
This one, it's like, it just felt like they were trying to capitalize. They were trying to, we make money on that last one. Let's try to make some more money. Let's swap something together. And that's exactly what they did. They swapped something together. And this is what we got. Those marshmallows, the little ones, they threw them real early.
Okay.
It's just like, oh, great. Cute little merchandising opportunities.
Right.
But they're not cute. They're annoying.
Yeah, in the movie, yes. And the giant one was really scary. So, in the original movie.
One of the main problems I had was they're trying to figure out like the containment unit that's down there in the basement of the firehouse. They're figuring out that it's full, and what Winston has going on in his new center, he has a bigger one. It's like, okay, so they want to transfer the ghost over from the firehouse
to his
research center.
Okay.
Oh, how long will it take? Oh, about 3 to 7 years.
What? Okay.
Let's get to work. They don't get to work. The movie just keeps going. It's like, why aren't y'all starting the transfer process? If this thing is full, get it out of there. Nobody knows. Paul Rudd doesn't know how the containment unit works, doesn't know what to do about it.
Right.
Dean has a little insight. Nobody really knows. The only person that really takes interest in it is Phoebe, who's been sidelined.
Yeah, because she's Egon's granddaughter. So, yeah.
I was just disgusted by that. It's like, let's start moving. Let's start moving the ghosts.
Right. Well, then maybe.
Wait. No. This is a problem. Let's get to work.
Well, they're probably setting it up for another movie. As soon as they start getting rid of the ghost at the end of this movie, there's probably going to do like in one of the original movies, they're going to let them all out and they're going to have to capture them and take them to Winston's center. So, yeah. So
I'm pretty sure they're going to do another one.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it's got the little Easter eggs in there, and you've only been you only went really kind of halfway through it. So the Easter eggs are telling you there will be another one because it's going to take 3 to 7 years to transfer the ghost over here to over here. You know somebody's going to get loose.
That's what terrifies the hell out of me. Like, that was probably the same unit. We have Dan Aykroyd in the movie. He, I believe, should have been on site with them at the firehouse, being an advisor or something.
Right.
But his whole thing is they can just say he's retired. I mean, you can still be an advisor.
Right.
Because more than Ernie Hudson, Ray would know more about the containment unit.
Exactly. Exactly.
To hell with Bill Murray.
Well,
he just did things like, he's in a movie that it seems like he doesn't want to be in. That's just Bill Murray now.
Yeah, that's just Bill Murray now.
Dan Aykroyd actually acted like he had interest in being in this. So I felt he should have been there on site with it.
More.
As an advisor, as telling them, directing, telling them what to do.
Yeah.
Helping them. But no.
Well, we'll see. We'll see at the end of the movie if they made him any more involved in the Ghostbusters movie towards the end. So, well, Shane, it's that time again. I know you're going to be doing a big review on this and watching it. Anything else? Let everybody know how to follow you, all that good stuff, how to follow you, where you're at, and what's going on.
We are 62210 on YouTube. If I say anything that's probably hot right now, there's a new show on Netflix.
Okay.
It's called Bereaved Bodies. What was it in that show? I believe it's called Bereaved Bodies.
Okay.
But it's kind of mix up a different story of the paranormal.
Okay.
Go on. Kind of one of these things you gotta just 3-body problem.
Okay.
It's a mixture of stories that kind of connect, but don't really. It's kind of like a Black Mirror kind of thing.
Okay.
But I'd say it's worth watching.
Definitely so. Check it out. All right, brother. We'll appreciate you as always. We'll have you again next week, and we'll be preparing next Tuesday for our Civil War. So we'll have to get our canisters together, our cannons, and more. So we'll be preparing for Civil War next week, and probably talking. And oh yes, that one too, right? We'll return after this, guys. Close out the show in just a few moments. All right, brother. Good as always. Even though you had a long night.
Oh God, what a night!
Well, you need to get some good rest, and then you can finish watching that movie. Because if you don't, you're not going to be able to do the review like you need to. You'll be like, I just hate this movie so much. You ain't going to want to watch it. So.
Yeah, I've come this far with it. I got so many. I got like 2 pages with it up. Oh, I got to finish.
There you go.
Hey, I think I'm gonna try to do a review for Halloween Love.
Cool. That sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Well, I'll talk to you again next Tuesday. You have a great day.
Great one, man.
All right, you too, brother. Shane B, our movie reviewer, as always. He was stayed up a little too late, let's say, last night. Trying to keep this family friendly. He stayed up a little too late last night. He's probably going to watch the rest of the Ghostbusters and go, no, I changed my mind. We do appreciate everybody tuning in worldwide and all over. I've got some stuff in Tennessee, Franklin, Columbia. Yeah, I've got Madison, Hendersonville, Clarksville continue to work to recover from storms. I'm going to tell you, stop it. I'll tell you what schools are closed for you, Gail, which I know y'all probably have friends and family. Right there where you live, they're closing 3 hours early. On Wilson County schools are the ones closed. Everybody else, Rutherford County is closing 3 hours early. Dickinson County is early dismissal at 11:30. We welcome you back into the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. We got a lot of listeners up in the Tennessee area this morning. And tell you some of the school stuff that's going on there. Just coming in here, Wilson County schools are going to be closed, as well as Rutherford County schools 3 hours early, and Dixon County schools early dismissal at 11:30 a.m., which is 12:30 our time, Eastern time for some areas. Severe weather is expected to move through Middle Tennessee today, Middle Tennessee Tuesday, causing some closures and much more. The National Weather Service in Nashville say thunderstorms, wind, hail, and a few thunderstorms and tornadoes are possible between 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. your time, guys. But not everyone will see the storms in their area. So the most risk areas are the south and east of Nashville. Just to let you guys know, south and east of Nashville. So for our listeners in the Tennessee area, most risk areas are going to be south and east of Nashville. Well, don't let it get too much. You know God's going to take care of you there, Gail. You know it'll be fine. We get these storms every year. It's bad that we're used to it in the South. And right there in Tennessee, guys, forecast for today, 64% chance of rain showers between 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. Some of the severe storms are going to come through. You hit 74 as a high today at 46. So that's what's going on. God is good. That's all right. That is right. So I wanted to get that in there to you. I looked it up during our interview for our listeners. Tomorrow's the Weird Wednesday edition. We'll have Randy Rocket Cody from themetalden.com. He's the king of heavy metal news, journalist. And we're going to talk about his latest news from Motley Crue and Mick Mars and what's going on in the rock and roll and metal world. Also, Sam Kinison murder conspiracy on Weird Wednesday. He'll join us tomorrow. That's in the final period with Randy Rocket Cody. You're out. My outside critters, I hope, help. Yep, they'll be good. They know where to go. Animals are smart. A lot smarter than we give them credit for. Anyway, one more noteworthy note. Which new movie would you guys like to see the most? Cher says she wants to see the new Ghostbusters. I hadn't heard that. 38% of you want to see the new Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. 31% of you want to see the number one movie that made the box office $80 million this weekend, Godzilla x Kong, the new Empire. And 31% want to see the new movie coming out next week, Civil War. I'm one of those who want to see that one. All right, ladies and germs. We're going to get out of here. Stay tuned. Coming up at the top of the hour. Coming up at the top of the hour, we're going to have last hour broadcast for you, ladies and gentlemen. The last hour broadcast is coming up for you. And then that's with Apostle Deborah Harris. And then Connect North Radio Network with our friend Margie Conway. We'll follow that up, ladies and gentlemen, with the best afternoon sports lineup in the business. Rod Peterson, 12 to 2 p.m., 2 to 3, Sports Beat, Richard Holdridge, and 3 to 5, Braves Country Radio Live. Best lineup in the business. Until we meet again, peace, love, respect. I'm out of here. And thank you guys in Tennessee. I appreciate you, Marty, this morning, all of your friends, your guards, and all the wonderful inmates at the Tennessee State Prison. And we're going to be praying for all of you, ladies and gentlemen, and for your lives to move forward. And we do know that your life can change. And we appreciate you guys tuning in. And thank you for the big hellos. And we appreciate all of you. Hopefully I made your morning. And hopefully you can hear from us tomorrow. And hopefully we'll be on with us tomorrow. And if you want to go to our WQEE page, the Facebook page, if you guys get on there, at least I know the guards can. You can follow WQEE Facebook page. And ladies and gentlemen, you can also do this. You'll go on there and you'll find the links to all of where you can listen to the radio station all day and my show. Thank you. I appreciate it. Till we meet again, peace, love, respect. I am out of here. See you tomorrow. Oh, I'm so proud of this one today. All right, behind the scenes, I appreciate you guys too. Oh, I'm going to get ready to get off and get everything set up. And hopefully we'll hear from you guys tomorrow. Thank you. Amen. And I know it's good. You guys are going to be safe there in Tennessee. End of poll. Share, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Welcome. Thank you once again for being part of the RyanORadio Penitentiary.